The scene opens in a dark place where the silhouettes of three men can be seen. A voice comes from across from them. "Is that you?" Jun Huan sat on a pile of unconscious people and asked the person opposite him, "Are you the one who sent this trash to rough me up?" As Jun Huan climbed down, he explained, "A few days ago you sent a whole bunch of them under the guise of recruiting me. Was that your handiwork too?" Then his voice sharp, "Who the hell are you?" Unexpectedly, the man just gave a shet-eating grin. "Why the hell do you keep targeting me?" This attitude pissed Jun Huan off. "The hell are you laughing at?" This lunatic really wanted an early grave. Just then Jae-hyun's eyes flew open, and he charged at Jun Huan, but Jun Huan easily blocked the blow. He even countered effortlessly, throwing Jae-hyun completely off balance. Jun Huan followed up with a kick. The next one to attack was Min-seo. "You little bastard." Jun Huan easily blocked the punch. The two of them exchanged blows for a long time, which astonished Min-seo. "What the?" He looked at Jun Huan and assessed he hasn't landed a single hit. A mumble escaped. "You." But Min-seo took a full-force blow right to the face. With both of them taken down, Jun Huan finally spoke. "I'll let you off this time." He glanced at the person behind them. "Come at me one more time and you'll regret it." Unexpectedly, a gun was raised. Jun Huan's eyes widened in shock. A loud bang echoed, followed by the appearance of red bloodstains. Jun Huan couldn't believe what was happening. He collapsed his hand, scrambling to cover the wound. Across from him, Shiver wore a smug grin. Jun Huan weakly asked, "You bastard, who are you? What the hell is this?" "A gun!" The opponent aimed the gun at his head. "To be honest, I'm a little surprised myself." His words were somewhat confusing. The Dong Jun Huan of this world is actually pretty strong. With a declaration, "See you later," Shiver was grinning from ear to ear. "Dong Jun Huan!" Jun Huan was seething with rage. You son of a bitch, you piece of shit!" The sky was clear blue at a certain school. A student was being choked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The one doing it was Jun Huan. "Doing this gets me as high as taking drugs." His friends cheered in agreement. "No way!" "Look at Jun Huan's face." Jun Huan trembled. They looked at him and commented, "He looks like he's on cloud 9. Just then, Jun Huan finally let Jun Huan drop to the ground. "So Jun Huan, was that mind-blowing enough for you? Like you just went to heaven and back?" Tears streamed down the boy's face. "No, you crazy bastards!" Meanwhile, Jun Huan was frowning, carefully examining his phone. "That's weird. I did it exactly like I saw on YouTube." This action made Jun Huan silently wonder, when did YouTube become an encyclopedia? Jun Huan continued to mumble to himself, "I'm unsubscribing from this guy." Jun Huan, however, was wondering, "Why are you using me as a guinea pig?" Another thought flashed through the bully's mind. "Should I become a YouTuber, I could probably make some viral cringy videos." Tae-jin laughed. Sung-ho couldn't hide his curiosity either. "Dude, if Jun Huan started a YouTube channel, he'd probably get a gold play button." "What kind of content would you make?" The smile on Jun Huan's face turned more sinister. "What else?" His gaze made Jun Huan feel uneasy. A phone was held up. On it was a video of Jun Huan wearing nothing but his underwear dancing around. "I can get a ton of good content from our Jun Huan." They burst out laughing as they rewatched the video. "Damn, that's hilarious. He dances like a total spaz." At that moment, Jun Huan continued, "Friends are supposed to help each other out, right?" In his heart, Jun Huan rejected that title. "Friends my ass." Once again, he was forced to strip and dance. "Damn it, is this how you treat your friends?" Jun Huan cursed furiously. "You sons of bitches! Stop making a fuss." But this only made Jun Huan laugh harder. Look at this dog dance. This is crazy. Hurry up and hit that subscribe button." Jun Huan was already crying from rage. "Woof, woof, damn it." He climbed up to the school's rooftop, his hand clutching a piece of paper. "Should I just end it all?" Jun Huan gave a self-deprecating smile. "Damn, even I think I'm pathetic." But in the end, Jun Huan still couldn't do it. This pathetic guy, Jun Huan was thinking to himself, if I don't have the guts to fight back. Suddenly, a hand reached out for Jun Huan. The person pulled him back. "That's dangerous!" The shock made Jun Huan cry out. The one who did it was Jun Huan. "Hey, why are you climbing up there, bro? It's dangerous." "Because we're friends, right?" The bully smirked as he continued, "See, I just saved your life." "Because we're brothers." In his mind, Jun Huan was cursing him. "This crazy bastard." His face was expressionless as he replied, "Thank you. Why is my life like this?" Just then, Jun Huan saw something. Jun Huan watched confused as Jun Huan reached for the piece of paper. "What's this?" Seeing him, Jun Huan immediately panicked. "Oh, crap!" he yelled, trying to stop him. "Wait, give that back." Jun Huan kicked him backward. "Look at this guy writing a love letter, hiding it from us, huh? I'm hurt, you know." The guy's expression soon changed. "What is this?" Jun Huan asked, confused. "A suicide note." Jun Huan cursed silently. "I'm so screwed." Sung Ho muttered, repeating, "A suicide note." Tae-jin, however, treated it as a joke. "Jun Huan, were you trying to kill yourself or something?" "Don't do that," Sung Ho also commented. "That would be like breaking my toy." Jun Huan vehemently denied it. "No, it's not like that." But Jun Huan's voice cut him off. "This is pretty interesting." He started reading what was written. "I have been relentlessly bullied by Nam Jun Huan. I have to live in fear every day, and I want to die if I have to keep living like this." Then landing a kick straight on Jun Huan, he mocked, "I'd rather die." Jun Huan continued reading what was written next. "If anyone is reading this letter after my death, please severely punish the people who bullied me." He threw punch after punch while sneering, "What terrible writing, even I could write better than this." Jun Huan enthusiastically gave him a beatdown. "So that's why my ears have been burning. This son of a bitch was talking trash behind my back." He glared, his voice cold. "Hey, we were just messing around because we're friends. Why the hell are you being so serious?" Jun Huan's face was a wreck. Jun Huan grinned, amused. "Hey, Jun Huan," he demanded. "Aren't you going to apologize to us?" Jun Huan thought to himself, "Damn it." He remembered the bullying getting his savings extorted and how no one was there to help. Jun Huan had once forced Jun Huan to drink and messed with him in all sorts of ways. The resentment made Jun Huan mutter, "Why?" He then roared in anger, "Why the hell should I apologize to you? Why, you horse-faced bastard?" Jun Huan was stunned for a moment. Then he grabbed Jun Huan by the collar and shot back, "This guy's a lost cause. From now on, don't even think about chewing your food." A figure appeared from behind. Just like that, this Jun Huan threw a punch, slamming the guy's face into the ground. The gang asked, "Who is that crazy bastard?" Even Jun Huan himself wondered, "Who is that? What kind of lunatic?" The Jun Huan wearing a horse mask muttered, "Look at that pathetic face." His bizarre appearance only confused the other Jun Huan more. Why is he wearing that? At that moment, the new Jun Huan approached him. "And you got beat up by this complete loser." This confused the person opposite him. What Jun Huan wondered. Who are you calling pathetic? How can the guy wearing a donkey mask say something like that? Meanwhile, Tae-jin charged forward to attack. "You bastard, I asked who you are." The new Jun Huan threw a punch. Watching Tae-jin go down, the original Jun Huan couldn't believe his eyes. The rest of the gang charged forward, aggressively roaring, "Damn it! Let's all jump him!" As the whole gang rushed in, the new Jun Huan muttered, "Dong Jun Huan, this failure at everything." He easily took down two of them just like this. How pathetic. This confused Jun Huan. Who is he? How does he know my name? His face wrinkled in thought. But more importantly, his eyes widened in sheer astonishment as he looked at the chaos around him. Did he just take down all of them by himself? The new Jun Huan spoke again. "Follow me." The boy couldn't believe his ears. "Me." They moved to another area, but unexpectedly Jun Huan was suddenly punched. He roughly grabbed his collar and asked, "Do you want to die?" These words made Jun Huan wonder me. His submissive attitude made the other Jun Huan give a bitter laugh. "Damn it!" He simply dropped Jun Huan to the ground. "I came here hoping I'd find some kind of clue, and this is what I end up finding." This made the boy extremely confused. What's with this guy? The original Jun Huan kept asking, "You just show up out of nowhere and start hitting people. Who are you? Do you know me?" At that moment, the new Jun Huan slowly took off his mask. "Of course I know you." His appearance stunned the boy. The newcomer muttered, "Because I'm also Dong Jun Huan." Me. The original Jun Huan's face was a mask of pure disbelief. "Impossible, you look exactly like me." He made a ridiculously dumb observation. "Do I have a long-lost twin brother or something?" He was momentarily disconnected from reality. Mom said I was an only child. Seeing the other's pained expression, the newcomer was at a loss for words. The original Jun Huan pointed at him excitedly as he reached a conclusion. That's it, a doppelganger. You're my doppelganger, right? He then took a full punch to the face for his stupidity. This guy's imagination is really something else. The new Jun Huan explained in a flat voice, Doppelganger my ass. I'm Dong Jun Huan from another world. But the original Jun Huan refused to understand. No way. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? Seeing his serious attitude, he quickly changed his answer. Really? Oh, I see. He was just pretending to play along. The other Jun Huan pursed his lips, then slowly remarked, You don't believe me, do you? The new Jun Huan let out a sigh as he began his explanation. Well, to be honest, how the hell am I supposed to believe you're from another world? If you're going to lie, at least make it believable. Hearing this, Jun Huan muttered, Is that so? This reaction made him even more confused. But the things he described next were a perfect match for his past, like how he couldn't go to public bathhouses because of the mole. The cow-shaped mole on your right groin, huh? Or how about when you were 9 and you followed your mom because she said she'd buy you pork cutlets, but you ended up getting circumcised instead? Jun Huan was so shocked he screamed, Wait, holy crap, for real? He asked in embarrassment. How do you know that stuff? You really are. And so he finally reluctantly came to believe it. Me. This attitude left the Jun Huan from the other world speechless. Look how stubborn you are. You really are me. He let out a long sigh and muttered, What the hell is this? I have to kill that bastard no matter what. Meanwhile, Jun Huan still had no idea what was going on. As for the Jun Huan from the other world, his face clearly showed how moved he was. That's the thing that surprised me most. After a few steps, he stopped and suddenly spoke up. Hey, listen. Jun Huan was still busy marveling. Even though we have the same height and build, a threat was made. The Jun Huan from the other world delivered it. If you get beaten up with my face like you just did again, I'll kill you. Jun Huan continued to marvel, remarking, He has a completely different life from me. But the other him was still muttering to himself because it feels so damn awful. And seeing my own face beaten to a pulp like that, I'm leaving. Unexpectedly, Jun Huan smiled and said, It must be nice for you, huh? He continued, You don't have to worry about how badly you'll be beaten. As soon as you wake up, there's a bitter, self-mocking smile on your face, and you don't have to pretend to be asleep during every break because you don't know when. They'll come looking for trouble. A few tears he couldn't hold back began to fall. Damn it. We're the same age. Jun Huan was completely indignant, repeatedly asking himself, Why am I so pathetic? He found his courage and confessed, I want to make friends without being afraid of anything, and I want to get revenge on the bastards who bullied me. Hearing this, the other Jun Huan asked in return, What's with the sudden waterworks? Meanwhile, a few calls echoed from behind them. That bastard Gung Huan showed up with his crew looking aggressive. Finally found you, you damn liar. The fury was clear on his face. You're dead today. Jun Huan couldn't help but wonder, how did he find this place? But the other Jun Huan couldn't help but remark, Look at his face. So ugly it could curdle milk. He glanced back and clearly saw the terrified look on Jun Huan's face. At that moment, another question was posed. Hey, loser, do you want to get stronger? As if he couldn't believe his ears. Jun Huan let out a dazed, huh? The other Jun Huan repeated what he'd just said. I'm asking if you really want to get strong. This time, he couldn't hold it in and burst into tears. The other Jun Huan's hand clenched into a fist. This answer seemed to satisfy him. Jun Huan found his courage and shouted once more, I want to be strong, stronger, stronger, so I can get my revenge. I want to live like a normal person. He listened to those words and replied with satisfaction, All right. As soon as he finished speaking, he charged toward Gung Huan's crew. They shouted aggressively, He's coming! I'm gonna kill you, you bastard! But Jun Huan was already kicking their asses one by one. He attacked relentlessly without getting hurt himself. As they fell one by one, Jun Huan charged forward powerfully. He fought a whole group of people by himself with incredible ease. Jun Huan couldn't believe what was happening. Even Gung Huan was just as shocked. Just then, the other Jun Huan spoke up again. Hey, I've set the stage for you! Gung Huan muttered in confusion, repeating, The stage. The other Jun Huan continued with his demand, If you want to be stronger, get over there and fight that guy. After that, I'll teach you. He grinned and urged him on. Go on, fight. These words scared Jun Huan so much he was speechless. Finally, he raised his voice and asked, Fight him. Me, how can I? I've never fought before. Hearing this, the Jun Huan from the other world shot back, didn't you just say you wanted to get stronger? Or was that all just talk? Jun Huan quickly denied it. That's not it, the other one yelled. Then change that loser mindset of yours first. But he was still filled with self-doubt. But how can I do that? The other Jun Huan shot back, you can do all of it. The answer he gave was incredibly simple. Because I am you. Jun Huan's expression slowly began to change. And you are me. Another punch landed squarely on Jun Huan's face. The one who threw it was Jun Huan. He kept punching and kicking while cursing, "This son of a bitch, you bastard, you dare call thugs to backstab me." The attacks rained down on Jun Huan's head. Damn it, you really know how to play dirty? If you're a pathetic loser, then just live like a pathetic loser. Seeing Jun Huan prepare to strike, he couldn't help but feel contempt. What are you doing? Trying to throw a real punch? Then Jun Huan kindly taught him how by punching him in the face. You have to do it like this. Then he turned to Jun Huan and said, Are you really going to let me go? If I beat the hell out of this bastard. But he didn't act just yet. Inside, Jun Huan was thinking to himself, It hurts so much. I'm scared. How can I possibly beat him? His hand twitched slightly. But I thought I wanted to get revenge. I must be crazy to think that. Jun Huan kept reminding himself just because his other version was strong. Jun Huan let out a scornful laugh. What an idiot. Doesn't mean I can get stronger too. He decided to run. I should just give up before I end up kicking the bucket. But Jun Huan had no intention of letting that happen. Where do you think you're going? He violently flipped Jun Huan over. Jun Huan now wore a twisted smirk on his face. You need to be beaten up a little more. You son of a bitch. As he punched and kicked, he cursed loudly. You piece of shit, without other people around, you can't do a damn thing. Jun Huan treated Jun Huan like a toy. Even you think you're a pathetic loser, don't you? He roughly grabbed the boy's face, then asked gleefully while smashing it into the ground, You know what they call guys like you? The declaration was made. A pathetic loser. You goddamn dog! But Jun Huan's hand, though trembling, rose up. It weakly touched Jun Huan. This act only enraged him more. Are you messing with me? But Jun Huan's reply was completely unexpected. And what about you, you piece of trash? He began to list Jun Huan's crimes. Just because someone is weaker than you, just because someone is an easy target, just for fun. You tortured them. Hearing this, Jun Huan's smile only widened as he replied, This crazy bastard knows how to play the victim, huh? Why don't you just shut your mouth for the rest of your life? But Jun Huan's hand had found a rock on the ground. As he picked it up, he muttered a declaration, Then you, and then smashed the rock directly into Jun Huan's face. Are worse than a pathetic loser, you filthy maggot. He fell to the ground, cursing up a storm. Fuck, what the hell was that rock, you crazy bastard? Then he asked nonsensically, You son of a bitch, you learned that on YouTube, didn't you? Jun Huan was so enraged he gritted his teeth. You're dead today. But Jun Huan punched him right in the face. Jun Huan couldn't believe what was happening, while Jun Huan on the other side demanded, Apologize now, apologize, for all the things you made me do. All his pent-up resentment came pouring out. What the hell did I ever do to deserve this? Apologize. Apologize now. Jun Huan raised his voice, adding, Give me an apology. But just then Jun Huan countered, Hey, you pathetic bastard. He watched with delight as the boy fell to the ground, then remarked, You're really insane, aren't you? You were born a loser. What right do you have to tell me to apologize? His words became increasingly vile. The one who should be apologizing is your mom for giving birth to a piece of shit like you. Jun Huan gritted his teeth in fury. He charged forward manically, but at that moment the other Jun Huan suddenly spoke. Dong Jun Huan. Hearing that, Jun Huan froze completely. He remembered the fighting lesson from just a few minutes ago. Do I really have to fight like this? Don't you have any tricks? Hearing this, he replied leisurely. Tricks, you son of a bitch, you asked me how to fight and now you want a shortcut. His next words were delivered with extreme seriousness. Listen carefully. I'll show you how to win no matter what. The first lesson is, never close your eyes in a fight. Jun Huan asked confused, That's your trick? He put it into practice almost immediately. Jun Huan's eyes clearly saw the fist Jun Huan threw. Never. He even managed to dodge it. This display satisfied the other Jun Huan. His expression changed as he prepared to throw a counterpunch, successfully landing a hit on Jun Huan's face. The corner of the other Jun Huan's mouth curved into a satisfied smile as Jun Huan reeled from the punch. He snarled in fury, "You son of a bitch!" Jun Huan stared at his opponent with a look of pure determination. Jun Huan swung his fist forward once more. "Die. You want to die, don't you?" Jun Huan's mind replayed the other Jun Huan's teachings. "There's one more trick." He charged forward decisively. Jun Huan aimed straight for Jun Huan. The other Jun Huan's lesson echoed in his mind. "When you fight, clench your fist tight." He threw a resolute punch. "And don't tremble like a pathetic loser." Jun Huan's face was distorted by the blow. His body fell limply. Jun Huan was the one left standing, panting heavily. But on his face now was a smile of satisfaction. Jun Huan asked his opponent, "How's that, you son of a bitch?" Then he repeatedly punched Jun Huan. "Die, you bastard, just fucking die." All his resentment poured out. "You made a big mistake bringing my mom into this, you bastard." After a while, the other Jun Huan stepped in to stop him, gently reminding him, "That's enough." His gaze shifted to Jun Huan as he thought to himself, "It seems he was just swinging his fists wildly. But who would have thought it would hit the other guy's jaw and he'd win by a fluke?" After that, Huan from the other world slowly sat down. He seemed to pat Huan on the head and remarked, "You passed." Huan's explanation began. "Have you ever heard of the multiverse?" Huan replied softly. "You mean like the multiverses in the movies?" "I've seen it in Marvel." Seeing this, the other guy slowly elaborated. "There are a ton of universes, and in each of those universes there's a Dong Huan." Hearing this, he quickly finished the thought. "So you're me from another universe." The other Huan glanced over and asked back, "So you get it now, huh?" But in his own head, Huan was thinking, "Is this guy insane?" His face filled with shock as he asked, "Whether I believe you or not isn't the point. Why are you here, when you're supposed to be in your own universe?" They didn't realize they had become a topic of gossip for the people around them. "Hey, look at the older one, they're twins." The other Huan stated nonchalantly, "I died." The kids were still whispering, "I think the younger one got beat up. Poor guy. My big brother beats me up all the time, too." But the other one focused on the main point. "I was killed. When I woke up, I was here." This shocking information once again made Huan stare in astonishment. "Killed? Who did it?" The other Huan answered evenly. "I don't know. It was some bastard I'd never seen before." He added seriously. "And another thing. I figured some stuff out from observing all the universes before I came here." Hearing this, Huan could only think to himself, "There's more. Another bombshell was dropped. Except for you, all the other Dong Huans are dead." This time, Huan was so agitated that he grabbed the other man and demanded, "What are you talking about? The others are all dead, and I'm the only one left alive." The other guy immediately slapped his hand away. "Get off me, you bastard!" Huan cried out, holding his face in pain. "Ow, you hit the same spot that was already bruised." The other Huan continued, "It's just like I said. The one who killed me is probably the one who killed every other Dong Huan in the other worlds." He asked, confused, "Why would he kill them?" This question made the other Huan remark, "Your intelligence is genuinely concerning." He carefully chose his words to explain, "We can die from sickness or accidents, but—" Then he drew a conclusion. "There are just too many of us." Another question was then raised by Huan. "Do you really think it's a coincidence that all the other Dong Huans are dead?" He stomped his foot on the ground to emphasize his point. "No, someone has to be interfering." The other Huan added, "Coming here has led me to a single hypothesis." His expression grew more menacing. "The bastard who killed me can probably travel across universes, too." But Huan was just thinking to himself, "This guy." His face went blank. He thought, "He's been spouting all this nonsense and can still keep a straight face." A moment of silence passed between them. The other Huan gently poked an ant on the ground. "You still don't get it?" Huan asked, confused. "Get what?" Slightly annoyed the other, Huan explained bluntly. "That bastard's next target is you. Even an idiot could figure that out." A curse escaped him. "What the hell?" Huan started waving his hands around, trying to process everything. "Hold on, my brain can't process all this. I'm the only Dong Huan left, and some guy is coming here to kill me." The more he talked, the more frantic he became. Why the hell would he do that? The other Huan just replied lazily, "How should I know?" Just then Huan declared, "I get it. You came here to protect me, right?" This statement baffled the other man. "Why would I care if you live or die?" The other Huan even smacked him on the head. "Go run and hide or just drop dead for all I care." That's for you to figure out. If you get in my way, I'll kill you myself. He cried out indignantly, "You cruel bastard, and you call yourself me." Then he declared, "The least you could do is teach me how to defend myself. You just said if I won, you'd teach me how to fight, didn't you?" Hearing this, the other Han mumbled, "I suppose I did say that." He reluctantly agreed. "Fine. Wandering around is getting boring anyway, so I guess I'll play along for a bit." Han had finally calmed down a little. "Well, you were the one who said you'd teach me if I won." But the smile on the other Han's face quickly turned sinister. "Ready. You run away in the middle of this and you die, got it?" Huan hastily tried to surrender. "Wait, I already fought today. How about we start tomorrow? But since I'm already here, I'll help you get just good enough at fighting so I can at least use you as a human shield." Hearing that, sweat poured down his face. Is he really such a vicious bastard? The next day, back at Jun Huan's school, a rumor was spreading among the students. "Hey, did you hear Nam Gumwan's crew got totally wrecked yesterday? So that's why they didn't show up today. That's hilarious. Who did it? I heard it was some loser. You've got to be kidding. They're not even being discreet throwing Jun Huan's name around. I even heard that Jun Huan fought Nam Gumwan and won. That's even more ridiculous than the loser rumor." That pathetic guy mocking laughter filled a corner of the room. What, did he just awaken a status window or something? Maybe he was reincarnated or transported to another world. "You bastards have been reading too many webtoons." Just then someone retorted, "Who lost again?" Gumwan appeared, his face full of killing intent. "Say that again." The guys who were just laughing were terrified when they saw him appear. It wasn't me who said that. I just heard it from someone else." Gumwan could only curse under his breath. Suddenly, Daehyun appeared behind him looking gleeful. "You idiot. Did you really get your ass kicked by that pathetic loser?" Annoyed Gumwan snapped back. He raised his voice to defend himself. "It's only because I let my guard down. I'd never lose in a rematch." But Daehyun treated it like a joke. "You were so scared you called the rest of us, and you've still got the nerve to run your mouth." His expression changed in an instant. This bastard. His gaze shifted to Jun Huan, who was asleep on his desk. "A senior is here and he's still sleeping," Daehyun said, walking closer. "Or is he just pretending to be asleep because he's scared?" He tossed aside a half-eaten bag of snacks and warned Gumwan. "Hey, watch this." This confused Gumwan, who asked, "Watch? What, why?" Without warning, Daehyun threw Gumwan straight at Jun Huan. His body slammed hard into Jun Huan's desk, then fell limply to the floor. Only then did Daehyun speak again. "Get up, you dog. Let me get a look at your face." Sighing, Jun Huan poked Gumwan with his finger to check his condition. The guy's body slumped to the floor from just that light touch. Jun Huan lazily rubbed his eyes and commented, "It's so noisy." Daehyun grew increasingly annoyed by this attitude and glared at him. He exclaimed, "You damn pig!" That night, in an apartment building, the chant "Bori Bori" was heard, followed by a fist slamming into Jun Huan's face. "Rice, didn't I tell you not to close your eyes?" Clutching his face, Jun Huan replied, "I was scared." "What was I supposed to do?" he then asked in confusion. "And why do you have to punch me in the face when we play? Bori Bori Rice is just like rock, paper, scissors. You've never played this before, have you?" Hearing his naive questions left the man speechless. "You idiot. I can aim wherever I want." "Seriously, what's with this guy?" Jun Huan said resentfully. "How can a game I've played since I was a kid be called training? You've got to be kidding me. It just sounds like an excuse." At this, the trainer replied, "For a pathetic loser like you, who has zero life experience, this is the best method." Jun Huan judged him silently. "You're just lying because you're too lazy to actually teach me, aren't you?" Noticing his look, the man retorted, "This bastard still doesn't believe me, huh?" The man's hands got into position again. "You don't need to understand the importance of this training just yet," he demanded sternly. "For now, just focus on playing Bori Bori Rice. If you can manage to hit me even once, this training session is over." Jun Huan's expression immediately turned to one of excitement. "Wait, so I can hit you anywhere I want, sweet." He eagerly got into a stance. "I'm going to get you back for all the times you've hit me. Get ready, Bori Bori." The spot Jun Huan chose was between his opponent's legs, right in the crotch. But to his surprise, the man easily caught his leg. "What do you think you're doing?" Jun Huan was so shocked his jaw dropped. How did you block that?" "I used my foot instead of my fist, so you wouldn't see it coming," the man replied nonchalantly. "Who would let themselves get hit by a kick from a pathetic loser like you?" Although it wasn't a bad attempt. His expression turned serious as he continued, "If you close your eyes, you'll get hit by a punch you could have dodged and you'll lose a fight you could have won." He demonstrated by holding up his fist. As long as you keep your eyes open, you can at least dodge an opponent's attack. That's the whole point of this training. Jun Huan was visibly confused by this. But why does it have to be Bori Bori Rice, though? He once again laid out their goal: from now on, day and night, you are to be a human shield. We're going to have it to train so you can stop being such a pathetic loser. Hearing this, Jun Huan naively asked, "What about school?" Of course, a student has to go to school. And that's what led to the current scene. Jun Huan sat up and rubbed his eyes. It's too noisy. He glanced over at Daehyun and remarked, "You pig, of course I'll go." The entire room fell silent. Daehyun's expression was incredibly foul. "You're Dong Jun Huan, right? I heard this pathetic loser caused quite a stir. How well I was away." He moved closer to Jun Huan and asked, "You messed with my boys and you still have the nerve to come to school." His face was etched with annoyance as he thought to himself, "Spicy pork." He remembered what Jun Huan had carefully warned him about before he left. "Be careful on your way to school, okay?" The wise young master continued, "The bullies will definitely get revenge for what happened yesterday." He even shouted after him as Jun Huan was leaving the house. "Especially be careful of the second-year seniors. Rumor has it they have some kind of connection to a criminal organization. I'm off." This attitude slightly annoyed the other person. "Hey, listen to me." Meanwhile, Daehyun still wore a mocking smile as he continued, "Hey, friend, shouldn't you answer when a senior is talking to you?" Jun Huan observed him and wondered, is this the guy Dong Jun Huan mentioned? He continued to look him over, assessing the situation. This is going to get messy. A crowd was slowly being drawn in by the commotion. This bastard is so scared he can't even say anything. Did that idiot Nam Gumwon really lose to a guy like this? The title of the weakest really suits him. Just go kill yourself already. Jun Huan thought to himself, too many of them. He turned his head to the side to think. The other students were all sneering. Dong Jun Huan is so screwed. Why does that pathetic loser have to act so arrogant? Jun Huan thought to himself. Too many eyes are on me. He carefully considered his strategy. I could beat these nobodies to a pulp and be done with it, but if I do that, they'll be too scared to be used as training targets for Jun Huan. Just then, Daehyun began to ask, did you really beat Nam Gumwon? He was actually defending Gumwon. That bastard is an idiot, but I don't think he'd lose to someone like you. Unexpectedly, Jun Huan just shot back a sarcastic question. What's wrong? Did his lackeys come here to get revenge? You guys are absolutely disgusting. Daehyun calmly denied it. I didn't come here for something so childish. The problem is that this guy was defeated by a pathetic loser, but with a lightning-fast punch. You've been talking way out of line, you know. Jun Huan didn't so much as flinch. Daehyun's fist stopped short, and he was still standing right there. The guy suddenly threw an arm around Jun Huan's shoulders and said cheerfully, Don't be so scared. You bastard, I didn't come here to fight you. I'm just interested in that guy in the donkey mask who was with you yesterday. Jun Huan glanced at him and asked, why him? Daehyun didn't hesitate to explain. Why, to see what he's made of course. He stated his intentions while chewing his food. If he's a smart kid and works well, I plan on adding him to my organization's collection. Brats these days are so useless. It's exhausting. Then he turned back to Jun Huan. If you bring that bastard to me, I'll even forgive you for talking so informally to me. All he felt was annoyance as he thought, I'm that bastard, you idiot. But Daehyun added a threat. But if you don't, if you can't do it, then you'd better watch your back. His chubby body completely loomed over Jun Huan. Your school life is going to be great. Their business concluded, Daehyun's group quickly left. Let's go. Jun Huan was left behind with a confused look on his face. What's his deal? Wait a minute. But his line of thinking quickly changed. This is actually pretty good. The other students in class were already gossiping about him. That bastard has finally lost his mind. His smile is giving me goosebumps. Could he have multiple personalities? Only Jun Huan himself knew that he had just come up with a brilliant idea. After school, as he was walking alone down the hall, a figure came rushing up from behind him. Gumwon threw a punch from behind, but Jun Huan easily dodged it. You bastard, he asked irritably, his face twisted in frustration. Where do you think you're going? I'm not done with you yet, you son of a bitch model. The more Gumwon talked, the more annoyed he felt. If it wasn't for that cheat yesterday, I would have beaten you to a pulp. You're feeling pretty good about that lucky win, aren't you? Today will be a proper revenge match, so just follow me. But he didn't let him finish. Jun Huan struck him directly. Gungguan's body fell limply to the ground, and the other students immediately took notice. Someone fainted. Call a teacher. Inside, Jun Huan was busy wondering if this guy was an idiot or just had some problem with learning from his mistakes. Then he noticed something. Students were whispering, and a mysterious figure was hiding at the school gate. Is that guy crazy? What's wrong with him? Jun Huan was trying his best to hide his identity and investigate the situation. Disguised Jun Huan. I wonder if he's okay. Inside, he was filled with confidence. That guy is definitely strong, so maybe he'll teach those bullies a lesson. But at that moment, he was struck a painful blow by Jun Huan. What are you doing here? Jun Huan fell to the ground and asked in a loud voice, What? The other simply shot back, I'm pretty sure I told you not to leave the house. Then he didn't forget to add a threat. If you die, I won't be able to find the guy who killed me, so just lay low and do exactly what I told you. Jun Huan explained in a high voice. I was too worried I couldn't just sit still, and asked with an expectant look. Did something happen? Did one of the bullies try to start something? Or maybe you already took care of all of them. Jun Huan had no intention of hiding anything. Nothing happened. What are you doing? So pathetic. At that moment, Jun Huan's attitude shifted. Yeah, right. The other Jun Huan looked at him confused. Why do you suddenly look so dejected? Then he turned to leave. Whatever. It's still better than you having to waste energy walking all the way home. It's pointless. Follow me. The other Jun Huan quickly chased after him. Where are we going? A simple answer was given. Real combat training. Jun Huan mumbled the plan for the future. From now on, along with your individual workouts, you'll also be training in real combat. He said it with pride. The only shortcut to getting stronger is through actual fighting. At this, Jun Huan was taken aback and cried out, Wait, even so! And how can I possibly fight and win? After just 1 day of training, Jun Huan kindly explained normally it would be difficult. But it is possible. He then handed him the mask. That mask? Jun Huan explained in a calm voice, Hidden inside it is an infinite power that can make you strong. But the other Jun Huan couldn't help but feel skeptical. No matter how I look at it, it's just a mask. A ridiculous-looking one at that. He just smirked and replied, You and I are the same from head to toe. Why do you think I'm the strong one while you're the pathetic one? And every word was incredibly persuasive. It's precisely because of that mask. If you wear it, you'll gain potential and become strong. Hearing this, Jun Huan could only think to himself, Is this guy making fun of me? But he still looked down at the mask in his hand. But the way he says it so convincingly, there must be a special reason for it. He finally put it on. Jun Huan commented as soon as he pulled the mask on, It's pretty hard to breathe in this. The other Jun Huan just replied nonchalantly, Congratulations. That's proof that you've gotten stronger. After walking for a bit, he announced, Great, we're here. Jun Huan followed tiredly from behind, crying out, I really feel like I'm getting stronger. We've only moved a little bit, and I'm already completely out of breath. His cluelessness was exhausting to the other one, who couldn't believe this was also him. At that moment, the first Jun Huan mumbled in confusion, So, where is this place? When he saw a crowd of menacing-looking people standing in front of him, Jun Huan couldn't believe his eyes and yelled, What is this? It's a whole den of bullies. The guys were all sneering. You really brought him. He looks as weak as a twig. That cheat mask looks hilarious as hell, too. At that moment, Jun Huan turned his head to look at the person behind him and cursed internally. This bastard said nothing was happening. Jun Huan simply shot back a question. Where are you looking, model? He suddenly came to his senses. No, wait a minute. I must be the one they're targeting because I'm the one wearing the mask, so they won't be able to recognize me. Suddenly, Jun Huan realized something. So that's how it is. He shot a look of admiration at the person behind him. It's obvious I'd lose in a fight, so he's planning on fighting for me while pretending to be me, right? The real Jun Huan quickly realized, it seems this bastard is misunderstanding something. Very seriously. Jun Huan crossed his arms and proudly continued, All right, I understand your intention. But the man immediately corrected him, I haven't said anything yet. What do you think you understand? He acted like he knew everything and continued, I'm supposed to stand back and learn from watching you fight, right? I guess I worried for nothing when you called it practical combat training. Hearing this, Jun Huan wondered, Did the lack of oxygen damage your brain or something? A voice from behind interrupted their conversation. You made it all the way here and you're still acting so damn relaxed, huh? Dae-hyun stepped forward like a towering mountain. I have to give you credit, you've got some nerve. Let's see how I'll handle you. He looked down and asked, You damn donkey? Hearing this, Jun Huan couldn't help but break into a cold sweat. Meanwhile, the real Jun Huan eagerly started a conversation with Dae-hyun. Since I'm the one who brought him here, you'll let me go, right? Seeing this attitude, the guy commented with delight. Look at that. The look of someone willing to betray me to save himself. Inside, Jun Huan was wondering, Where are you going, you bastard? His little head was filled with question marks. Why are they targeting the donkey instead of me? Wait, I'm the donkey. This is so confusing. Then he blamed himself. I should have realized something was strange.
Hey, when he told me to put this mask on?
Dae-hyun looked down at him and issued a challenge. Why are you walking around wearing a mask, trying to be all mysterious or something? Jun Huan wondered to himself, what the hell kind of practical combat training is this? His opponent continued his declaration, I'll fight you one-on-one, so don't be scared. Fighting one against so many isn't very romantic, is it? The real Jun Huan stepped back cautiously, calculating. Jun Huan, surely he'll realize his own potential. As through this fight, he was certain in his mind. If you're like me, then you must have it too. He silently prayed for Jun Huan. Please realize the truth behind this training. Go on, get him! If not, Dae-hyun said with a delighted expression, with an animal like this, only a good beating will knock some sense into him. The real Jun Huan added, you might actually have to face death. Jun Huan's hands trembled like leaves. Damn it! Damn it! His face was a mess of sweat, tears, and snot. Fake Jun Huan! That bastard! Dae-hyun wasted no time and immediately threw a punch. All right, let's see what you've got. Meanwhile, Jun Huan was asking himself, how am I supposed to fight a monster like this? But he quickly told himself it's okay. The experience from his last fight gave Jun Huan a sliver of confidence. I beat Nam Gong-wan after all. He took a deep breath and continued to strategize. It's only been a day, but I've trained with the fake Jun Huan and I'm wearing a mask, so I'll win. But before he could even react, Dae-hyun's fist was right in front of his face. He sent Jun Huan flying backward and thought to himself, what's wrong with this bastard? Another comment came from the side. His stance is so loose. He looks like he's never been in a fight before. Did he really beat one of our guys? The others standing around also chimed in. That punch sounded powerful. Serves him right for acting so arrogant yesterday. What an idiot. Meanwhile, the real Jun Huan thought with annoyance. This idiot closed his eyes again. Jun Huan was trembling all over. It hurts. It hurts like hell. Nam Gong-wan's punch already hurt like crazy. But Dae-hyun looked down and muttered, I heard you were strong, so I was really looking forward to this. What a disappointment. Jun Huan thought to himself, this guy is on a completely different level. Another thought flashed through Jun Huan's mind. I need to run, right now. I never stood a chance of winning against this guy from the start. But the real Jun Huan blocked his path, his face clearly showing disappointment. A question followed. Running away again. The real Jun Huan continued, if you run away, you'll have to live the rest of your life as the pathetic person you are now. Jun Huan remembered his past promise. I want to get stronger. Stronger so I can get my revenge. I want to live like a normal person. The real Jun Huan questioned that determination he'd had. His face was unbelievably cold. Are you really pathetic enough to give up after taking a few hits? Jun Huan felt deeply ashamed. He gritted his teeth, slowly regaining his confidence. Jun Huan pushed himself up to his feet. That's right. Jun Huan was observing cautiously, thinking to himself that he'd promised he wouldn't run away anymore. Jun Huan turned his head, determined to face his opponent. And by doing this, I'll become stronger. I already swore it to myself. Seeing this, Dae-hyun couldn't help but feel pleased. You want a few more hits, huh? Watching you crawl around like a mule is pretty entertaining. He rushed forward with a fist raised. Let's see if you're like a mule when I beat you to a pulp. Jun Huan kept reminding himself of what he'd learned. Focus now. The mock Jun Huan had said to clench his fists. He forced himself to practice it, and no matter what, he couldn't close his eyes. Dae-hyun's punch was flying towards him at high speed. Jun Huan opened his eyes wide to see. He observed clearly as the blow gradually reached him. His fist was coming. This time, Jun Huan successfully dodged it. This made Dae-hyun visibly annoyed. This bastard dodged it. Jun Huan himself didn't have to wonder what that was just now. I was too eager, so I didn't notice when I fought Nam Gong-wan. But Dae-hyun swung again and again. He dodged the punch along with a question. It's this slow. The sight of Jun Huan easily avoiding Dae-hyun's attacks made the people around them stare in amazement. Murmurs began to rise. Are you playing tag, you idiot? Stop running, you psycho! Meanwhile, Jun Huan was thinking to himself, it seems he's starting to understand how to use his eyes. He frowned, calculating carefully. But you know it, don't you, Dong Jun Huan? You can't win just by dodging. Then he concluded it's time to move on to the next step. Jun Huan looked at his opponent Dong Jun Huan as he himself began to counterattack. He needed to show them his victory wasn't just a fluke. That last punch? It made the people around them comment. Damn, that last one was pretty intense, huh? Don't panic, you bastard. Punches like that are nothing to Dae-hyun. As for Dae-hyun himself, he was furious. This piece of trash. He was determined to charge forward. I'll kill you. Observing Jun Huan, another comment was made. What's with this piece of trash? Dae-hyun remembered the first time he saw Jun Huan. Back then he had asked, is this your new toy? Jun Huan had obediently presented him. Yes, this guy's reactions are the best, sir. Dae-hyun looked at Jun Huan and said, he's kinda cute, huh? Let me play with him too. As soon as he finished speaking, he roughly grabbed Jun Huan's face. After that, he treated him like a toy and bullied him constantly. Hey, aren't you going to swallow it properly? A trash can shouldn't be spitting its garbage out, you know. He even shoved a giant object into his mouth. Let's set a new record today. In the present, Dae-hyun was relentlessly throwing punches, but none of them were landing. Stop jumping around, you damn cowardly rat, Dong Jun Huan. This pathetic guy. At this moment, Jun Huan declared in a loud voice, I'm not running away anymore. Why was I so scared of a guy like this? He asked himself. While giving his opponent a beatdown, why did I let him get away with it for so long? As Jun Huan punched, he declared, I'm going to get stronger, you'll see, I won't let myself get beaten. Black and blue like some pathetic loser anymore. Then he ended with a final remark. So leave me the hell alone. Dae-hyun lost his balance and finally fell to the ground. His defeat sent waves through the crowd. Shit, even Dae-hyun went down. I thought that bastard was weak. Get up, man. As for Jun Huan, he was still stunned. I won. Unexpectedly, a hand suddenly grabbed his leg. Dae-hyun wasn't down yet. He pulled hard and shouted, Shut your fucking mouth, you idiot! He practically lifted Jun Huan's entire body. You think I'd go down from a few punches as weak as a snail's? The surrounding crowd got excited. Now that's the Dae-hyun we know. We believe in you, man. You're dead meat, kid. At this moment, Dae-hyun reevaluated. This has been pretty fun, but playtime is over. You bastard. Unexpectedly, as soon as he finished his sentence, he vomited a mouthful of liquid. Jun Huan didn't react to this display at all. Dae-hyun's face turned pale as he struggled to get a comment out. Damn it, what the hell is this? I can't breathe. His underlings started to get worried. What's wrong with him? Just take him down already. Only Jun Huan understood. He finally let out a smile and then commented, The effects of the Bori Bori Rice training are finally showing. He remembered a time they were training together. After getting hit, Jun Huan had angrily asked, Don't you know when to hold back? How many more times are you planning to hit me? The other Jun Huan gently explained, I kept hitting the same spot over and over. Why couldn't you block a single hit? Do you have the memory of a goldfish or something? At this, Jun Huan replied, That's weird. The spots you hit seem to hurt more than the others. Could I be imagining it? Hearing that, he asked back, Do you think my fists are the same as those guys who bullied you? Jun Huan calmly added, That's not the only reason. The explanation given was incredibly simple. Back in the present, Jun Huan successfully landed a kick on Dae-hyun's face. It's because I hit your vital points. The man lost his balance and fell backward. The onlookers were all stunned. His body hit the ground with a heavy thud. At that moment, Jun Huan once again thought, I won. He looked at the unconscious Dae-hyun. I really won. Emotion burst inside Jun Huan. I won. The people around were astonished. Even Dae-hyun lost. Who the hell is that bastard? Meanwhile, Jun Huan smirked in satisfaction. This is pretty useful. Like a teacher proud of his student, he mumbled, Well, I was the one who taught him. It's only natural. This scene was being observed by someone from afar. Silver rubbed his chin and mumbled, How strange. His gaze fell on one Jun Huan. Dong Jun Huan is right there. Then his gaze shifted towards the other Jun Huan. The man named Silver gave a wicked smile. Then who is that other Dong Jun Huan, I wonder? Dae-hyun's underlings gathered on the rooftop. He glared at them with a dark expression. Hey, heads up, you idiots! Some nobody came into our territory and started this nonsense. You all know what this will do to our reputation. If word of this gets out right, hearing this, a few people started whispering complaints. You got your ass kicked too. Someone else added, just shut up, man. Dae-hyun at the front clenched his fists and growled. That bastard who brought the con man here? His name is Jun Huan. Right, send a team to find that bastard. His anger escalated. Let's show him what happens when you mess with us. Just then a figure approached. Excuse me, I have something to ask you all. Dae-hyun whipped around and yelled, What the hell? You scared me. Who are you? Silver asked a different question. Where is Jun Huan right now? The man was completely confused. You have business with that bastard too. With that, Dae-hyun raised his voice and pointed at Silver. That bastard is mine, so get lost. Go. If you touch him, you'll be the first one to die. He didn't move, just quietly smirked. A moment later, Dae-hyun's attitude had completely changed. Please spare me. Silver had taken down everyone behind him by himself. Let me ask again. This world's Jun Huan. Where is he? In the morning, Jun Huan was leisurely taking in the fresh air. The weather is so nice. Just then, the other Jun Huan came up from behind. This guy's been grinning like an idiot this whole time. It's getting on my nerves. Hearing this, the boy excitedly explained himself. You know what? Lately, it feels so magical to have actually succeeded at something. Hearing just a few words, the other Jun Huan snapped. You barely did anything, and now you're acting like you did it all. You want me to hit you? Startled, the boy yelled out, begging, Stop, stop! After a few seconds, he just clicked his tongue and let it go. For someone using their eyes to observe for the first time, it wasn't bad. I have to give you credit for that. Jun Huan was slightly taken aback, as if in disbelief. Is this bastard actually complimenting me? Did he eat something weird? Suddenly, he remembered something. Oh, right. Actually, I have a question. When I was fighting, the other guy's movement seemed super slow. It was like time had stopped. Jun Huan stroked his chin like a wise old man. I heard that our bodies can perform better in life-or-death situations. Is it something like that? As soon as he said that, he shouted, Wait a minute! The fact that I beat that huge guy, does that mean, Jun Huan, having a delusional power fantasy moment, thought, that I'm actually that talented at fighting? The guy next to him was dumbfounded by that level of stupidity. How have you managed to live this long with a brain like that? Jun Huan said calmly as he looked at him, then explained, If it looks to you like everyone is moving slowly, then any idiot on the street would also be very strong? Understand, let me confirm one more thing. Only you and I have eyes like these. What's important isn't that you've never fought before, or the fact that you've been a pathetic loser your whole life. The next words shocked Jun Huan even more. From the moment you got these eyes, you started off with a huge advantage. His eyes glowed faintly as he declared, an advantage so big that no one can compare. Jun Huan didn't notice and continued, If there's anything unusual, it's having those eyes. And then still managing to live like a pathetic loser until now. In Jun Huan's mind, there was only one thought now. These eyes belong only to me. And on top of that, I'm getting even stronger than I am now. Suddenly, he spoke with determination. I want to become stronger. A surge of fighting spirit erupted from out of nowhere. So I won't be bullied and can live like a human being. A divine light seemed to reflect. A version of myself, full of self-respect, who won't be bullied by anyone anymore. Hearing this, the corners of Jun Huan's mouth curved up. Now that sounds like a plan I can get behind. Getting his support, Jun Huan shot to his feet. All right, so what's the next training session? Let's start right now. The guy's face went blank. His brows furrowed tightly. Seeing this guy so fired up still annoyed him a little. Then Jun Huan revealed it. This is where the second training session will take place. Here, the smile on his face froze, but it was him. Jun Huan scanned his surroundings. A playground. The guy pointed in one direction. The second training session will be, Jun Huan forcefully stabbed a skewer into the sand. Learning how to piss your pants. He sat down and explained the rules. You pile the sand into a mound, then stick a skewer in it. Then we take turns pushing away the sand. Whoever makes the skewer fall first loses. You must have played this as a kid, right? Jun Huan's eyes widened in confusion. Yes, I have, but this is supposed to be training. Jun Huan said to himself, this bastard is doubting me again. Despite his confusion, he still went along with it. There must be a reason for this trick. There must be some kind of lesson here. While Jun Huan was distracted, the skewer was already falling. Before he could understand what happened, the guy slapped his hand. You lose, you punk! Jun Huan angrily whipped his head around and asked, "Why did you hit me?" The guy answered nonchalantly, "Why? It's just like the game we used to play. Whoever loses gets slapped." He smirked, pointing at him provocatively. "If you don't like it, then try winning and hitting me back." From that moment on, he secretly made a vow. "I will definitely punch this bastard." The game continued until the sun went down. Again and again, Jun Huan was annoyed by the lazy look on his face. How is this bedwetting bastard so good? Does he play this all day? Instead of eating, Jun Huan yawned widely, his voice trailing off a bit. "Are you messing with me? What on earth are you even good at?" His face was now swollen like a piglet's. "We've played this 30 times already. How have I not won even once?" Jun Huan reminded him again. "You're putting too much force into your hand. That's why you keep touching the skewer. Relax your wrist." He demonstrated as he explained step by step. "And instead of just using your hand's strength, use your whole arm to push the sand." The result was that Jun Huan's skewer stood perfectly straight like this. Jun Huan's jaw dropped. "No way! There's so little sand left, but the skewer is still standing." He stood up and set a deadline. "I'll give you 1 week. If you can push away all the sand on the outside while the skewer still stands like this." Jun Huan placed his finger on the skewer and said, "If you succeed, then you'll be considered to have completed the second training session." Jun Huan's fighting spirit returned in 3 seconds. "I get it. I think I get it. Let me try again." The skewer fell. The right hand was victorious. "Damn this brainless idiot." He raised his arms defensively. "Wait, time's up. Time's—" Jun Huan peeked through his fingers. Nothing happened. Jun Huan had already turned his back. "You're not actually going to hit me." He stopped. "Let's put the training on hold. All that yelling has made my throat hoarse. Hey, go buy something to drink." His mouth puckered in confusion. "If you want a drink, go buy it yourself." Jun Huan's voice grew low and threatening. "You dare talk back to me?" Jun Huan shot up and bolted in an instant. "You want a cold drink, right? I'll be right back." After he was out of sight, the guy coughed a few times, his palm now stained with red blood. Jun Huan didn't say much, just clicked his tongue in silence. At the same time, the other Jun Huan was wandering the streets. "He's always making me run errands for him. And to think he said it would be dangerous for me to go out alone." "Dangerous," he said. He glanced around. "Come to think of it, that fake Jun Huan came here to find the culprit who killed him. And I heard that person is targeting me too. How could I possibly believe all that? But he doesn't have any reason to lie. What if it's really dangerous?" Just as Jun Huan was reassuring himself, something came flying at him. "But wait, I feel like I've gotten stronger now. Maybe I could even defeat that person as I am now." A black bag hit the person in front of him. He instinctively moved to apologize, but when he saw the man's scarred face, Jun Huan's hands trembled. The man's eyes suddenly shot wide open. Then he passed out and collapsed onto the street. Startled, Jun Huan looked ahead. What the seeing 10 unconscious people shocked Jun Huan. Is there a gang fight going on here or something? He collapsed to the ground, his eyes darting forward in a panic. What was going on? The sight of 10 unconscious people startled Jun Huan. Was there some kind of gang fight here? Suddenly a strange voice rang out. "I finally found you." Silver sat atop a pile of people, the one who had spoken to Dong Jun Huan. He hid his face in the shadows, revealing only eyes as sharp as blades. "Which Dong Jun Huan are you?" A chill ran down his spine. "What do you mean by that? And more importantly, how do you know my name?" Without answering, Silver responded with his fist. Unable to dodge, Jun Huan took the full force of the blow from above. The impact slammed his entire body into the ground. Seeing this, Silver clicked his tongue in disappointment. So weak. "You're the trash Dong Jun Huan." Jun Huan couldn't believe what had just happened. "Trash!" Silver sneered, pointing a gun at his head. Utterly useless. Just then, the other Jun Huan ran in from somewhere. He jumped and kicked Silver in the head, sending his cap flying 8 meters away. This Jun Huan's excitement was palpable. "I finally found you, you son of a bitch," Silver responded with an amused look. "I didn't expect to find one like me here. So you can travel through other worlds too, huh?" Jun Huan snapped back to reality while a gun was pressed to his head. "I'll admit I was a little surprised." Silver laughed arrogantly. "The Dong Jun Huan of this world is quite interesting." He furrowed his brow, confused. "At first, I didn't understand what those words meant. When I woke up, I was in another world." Jun Huan sat up and looked around. And he realized that the other Dong Jun Huans, except for me and the one here, were all dead. Silver's smug expression returned along with the meaning of his words. He flashed a triumphant smile. I finally found you, you bastard. Silver had already figured it out. I had a feeling you came here from another world too. He was able to confirm it. Dong Jun Huan casually admitted it. Glad to meet you. I've been wanting to kill you on the spot. He got straight to the point. But first I want to ask you something. Who the hell are you? Jun Huan frowned, thinking. Why did you kill me? No. He broadened the scope of the question. Why did you kill all the Dong Jun Huans? Silver had no intention of cooperating. Take a guess. That immediately set Jun Huan off. He charged forward decisively. You don't have to answer anymore. Jun Huan prepared to throw a punch. I'll rip that mouth of yours open and make you talk. If things were normal, he would have smashed Silver in the face, but he pulled out a gun. Damn it, you're too hasty. Even at point-blank range, Jun Huan managed to dodge the fatal shot. He temporarily retreated a few steps. Silver praised him excitedly. Just as I predicted. You only get one chance like that. The gunshot left a small graze on Jun Huan's cheek. He spoke while casually firing a few more shots. No matter how you look at it, I still think those eyes are something special. Silver was acknowledging his extraordinary ability. No normal person can see a bullet coming and dodge it. He knew exactly how it was done, and yet, by reading the movement of the shoulder and the subtle change in each finger joint, Silver casually analyzed as he fired, predicting the direction and timing of the shot, and dodging it. It's actually possible to do it like that. He quickly closed the distance between them. Jun Huan aimed a decisive punch straight at his face, but obviously Silver blocked it easily. That would only work on a normal person. He immediately pivoted on his ankle for momentum. Jun Huan threw a high kick aimed at his head. So is this why you're killing me? To gouge my eyes out for yourself, he continued to question. But are you so sure about that? While Silver was careless, Jun Huan kicked his opponent's gun away. He charged forward confidently. With movements like that, you'll never get it. A devastating punch slammed right into his gut. Even though he was seriously injured, Silver still grinned triumphantly. Both were now fighting bare-handed at an incredible speed. At the same time, the other Jun Huan was sweating coldly. This is really... He was utterly terrified. A fight between two humans. He cowered in a corner. I know the fake Dong Jun Huan is strong, but that other guy is no pushover. The good thing is the fake Dong Jun Huan seems to be winning. But Silver wiped the wound on his face. Fighting head-on like this doesn't seem to be working out, huh? Jun Huan felt a persistent unease. What is this suffocating feeling I can't shake off? He stared intently at the fight. It feels like he's hiding something. Suddenly, Jun Huan remembered something. His face lit up. The vital point he hit me at during our Bori Bori Rice training. Jun Huan excitedly clenched his fist. He's aiming right for it. There's no way he can take that hit and still be standing. I knew it, I was right. At the same time, Jun Huan glared and questioned Silver. I'll ask you one more time. Why are you targeting my eyes? Silver let out a mocking laugh. Annoyed. Jun Huan yanked Silver's hair back. You should understand the situation you're in. You're still laughing. He suddenly said out of nowhere, I can't help but laugh. Among all the pieces I've collected, you just had to be the best one, didn't you? As Yeo Huan went to throw another punch, Silver cut him off. What the hell are you talking about, you psycho? And effortlessly shoved his hand aside. It seems your body can't keep up with that level of power. Silver's speed suddenly increased dramatically. To get hit by such a simple move, Yeo Huan was completely helpless. Why now of all times? This is such a hassle. Just then, Ja yelled out in worry, Yeo Huan! He immediately shouted back, Don't come over here. Silver pointed directly to Yeo Huan's problem. Your body isn't moving the way you want it to. Is it? Silver offered a sincere compliment. You're the one who came from another dimension, so of course the pressure can't keep up with you. But if you were a normal person, you'd be a vegetable by now. Perhaps I should be praising you. He reached for Yeo Huan's eye. Now then, let's claim the reward I was unable to collect back then. Sweating in fear, Yong Huan desperately tried to think. At this rate, he's going to kill the fake Dong Yong Huan. What can I do? What can I possibly do? Suddenly, he spotted an empty can on the ground. Yong Huan was wavering, and Silver noticed his movement. I told you so. He didn't even need to look to know Yong Huan was charging at him. Isn't that right? Trash is useless. Silver decisively turned and swung his fist behind him, but he didn't expect the kid to throw the empty can first. Silver was forced to divert his attention. Jun Huan ducked, dodging the punch. He dodged it. The man couldn't help but exclaim, "Well, look at that. What a surprise." The kid was crying his eyes out. "If you're so grateful, you could at least say thank you. My legs are shaking like crazy over here. Let's get out of here together, please." He froze, muttering to himself. How strange. That piece of trash Jun Huan actually just dodged my attack. Silver immediately shot a crazed look at him. How did he dodge that? He couldn't understand. Of all the Dong Jun Huans in every world, the one from this world is supposed to be the weakest and most insignificant one. And yet he managed to dodge my attack. In a flash, Silver appeared right next to them. How? The man immediately pushed Jun Huan back, but his target was him all along. Damn it. Jun Huan couldn't react in time. The man yelled in panic, "Damn it, Jun Huan, move!" A loud crash echoed through the neighborhood. Jun Huan's eyes widened in shock. Silver was getting more and more confused. How the hell? He had clearly missed his punch, yet he was able to use it. The man furrowed his brow in disbelief. Cheon Bu? Silver guessed at a possibility. Don't tell me. Jun Huan. A grotesque smile spread across his face. You're the one who made him like this, aren't you? Silver excitedly crouched down to Jun Huan's level. Impressive. I never thought you could turn a worthless piece of trash into someone of this caliber, and in such a short amount of time, too. He calmly admitted his original motive. At first, I was going to kill him and restore my eyes, but Silver quickly changed his calculations. Why kill the goose that lays the golden eggs? Jun Huan didn't pay much attention. What is this psycho talking about? Whatever. Today you die by my hand, he commented nonchalantly. Still spouting nonsense right up to the very end, huh? Silver had retrieved his gun. You may have been able to dodge my bullets, but what about this little seed that has just begun to sprout? His eyes filled with joy. Let's run an experiment. But Silver immediately... This guy. He remembered the moment he lost his gun. Only then did Silver realize it. Unbelievable. In just a few seconds he had managed to remove the magazine. In the next instant, Jun Huan was on him again, just as I thought. You truly are the most wonderful piece I've ever found. The wound Silver had given him throbbed with pain, but Jun Huan still managed to throw a punch. He easily dodged it. That one attack had drained all of the man's remaining strength. Seeing Jun Huan collapse, the kid screamed in worry. Damn it, fake Dong Jun Huan! Silver smirked victoriously. He leisurely watched the boy scramble over. This is even more interesting than I thought. Especially that piece of trash Jun Huan over there. Silver decided to let it go. I'll remember this. I'm leaving for today. Satisfied, he turned his back on the two of them. See you later. Silver casually said his goodbyes to the two Dong Jun Huans. That night, back at their quiet boarding house, the kid tossed and turned on his mattress, unable to sleep. Jun Huan was overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness. He thought he had gotten at least a little stronger thanks to the fake Jun Huan, but he was dealt a huge blow. That guy was on a completely different level. Jun Huan buried his face in his pillow. The fake Jun Huan was telling the truth. That bastard really wants to kill me. He sat up and looked at the other him sleeping on the bed. Could I ever defeat someone that even... The fake Jun Huan couldn't beat no matter how many times I tried. Jun Huan pressed his lips together, extinguishing his own hope. There's just no way. Early the next morning, Jun Huan stretched comfortably. A good night's sleep really does feel refreshing. He looked down and saw the empty mattress. That kid, Jun Huan noted flatly, ran away, huh? Then he decided to organize what they knew so far. The goal of the guy who killed me is to take the eyes of this Jun Huan and mine. Jun Huan muttered as he wrote. What's wrong with this weirdo? He tried to analyze the situation. He calls my eyes Cheon Bu. What the heck is Cheon Bu? Normally I could take him down easily, but since I came here from another world, I can't use my full power. Jun Huan tried to think harder. The only clue I have on that guy is a peach tattoo. While he was distracted, Jun Huan had approached Dong Jun Huan. This son of a bitch. The guy slapped him hard on the shoulder. You've got some nerve. Looking pretty relaxed, aren't you? Jun Huan tried to act imposing. I told you to be waiting at my desk when I get to school. Are you deaf? The guy was burning with rage. Damn it! Because of you, the whole school is talking about me saying I'm an idiot who got beaten by some pathetic loser, Jun Huan ordered aggressively. Enough! Your punishment is to do a headstand and spin. He thought to himself, it's simple. If I want to keep what little reputation I have left, so this time I have to act all tough. A moment later, Jun Huan suddenly changes the subject. You know why I'm doing this? It's not because you told me to, you know. He's the one carrying out the punishment, and he even has to carry Jun Huan on his back. I'm doing this because I want to, that's all. He calmly reads a book. If you shake one more time, I'll end you. Jun Huan struggles to hold on. It's only because I'm in a good mood that I haven't taken you out in one blow. I'm letting you off the hook, got it? The guy racks his brain. How am I supposed to find this guy now? Suddenly, Jun Huan notices the peach drawing Jun Huan just made. He blurts out, that's a peach seal, and immediately questions him urgently. Do you know anyone who has this tattoo? Jun Huan is startled and replies, you want to know or what? Jun Huan confirms immediately. Very much. Even trash has its uses. The guy immediately smirks and states his condition. Promise me you'll go back to being my personal punching bag. The invincible man has returned. After getting beaten, Jun Huan obediently provided the information. The name of this organization is Jonbu. He listens carefully. Jonbu. He elaborates. It's a criminal organization based in Seoul with teenagers as its core. I heard they have over 1,000 members. They're very dangerous. Jun Huan has a few questions. Why use teenagers? Wouldn't it be better to use adults? Jun Huan sighs. You really don't know anything, do you? He strikes a pose while revealing a cruel truth. Because those kids are easier to get rid of when things go south. Of course. He immediately cuts off the nonsense. Nam Gum Guan pleads, please just let me go. Jun Huan thinks to himself, a criminal organization with teenagers at its core. He suddenly calls out but gets his name wrong. Hey, you idiot Nam Gum Gum. Guan corrects him. My name is Nam Gum Guan. Jun Huan casually gives an order. Go find those bastards for me. Now! The guy immediately tries to back out. Are you crazy? First you wanted to kill yourself, now you've lost your mind? You have no idea what people say about them. Jun Huan lists off a ton of things. They're brutal, they do drugs, and they traffic people. I heard they do every single illegal job out there. If you get involved with them, you're finished. He thinks for a moment. Is that so? Jun Huan smirks calculatingly. So do you want to die by my hand right now or take your chances and not get caught by those guys? Jun Huan is completely powerless. Damn it. He's even worse than me. He looks down arrogantly at the guy before him. I have no choice. Other than relying on this guy. Jun Huan clutches his head in anguish. Damn it, I shouldn't have said anything. But Jun Huan isn't very hopeful. He doesn't sound very trustworthy. Just then he remembers the other person. Now that you mention it, where in the world is the other Jun Huan and what is he doing? He sits listlessly at a park watching children get picked up. Come on, kids. It's time to go home. Okay, Mom, I'm coming. Jun Huan clenches his fists. He slowly approaches the children's play area. The fake Jun Huan told me I had to practice sweeping sand. Jun Huan looks like he's about to cry. He resentfully kicks over the sandcastle the kids built. If I don't do this, what's the point of anything? How am I supposed to get stronger from this pile of sand? Jun Huan mumbles to himself. The fake Jun Huan is probably furious right now. He told me never to go out alone. He slumps down dejected. But I don't want to go home either. Suddenly, Jun Huan hears something. That familiar sound. He curiously peeks out to see. The sight immediately makes Jun Huan freeze. A group of thugs are beating and yelling at a young kid. You little bastard. Did you think I was kidding? I told you, the moment you hear the word jump, you get ready. Got it! He immediately recognizes the uniform of his school. A first year, he's not fighting back while those guys are beating him nonstop. They're even stripping his clothes. Jun Huan trembles, clutching his shirt. I should help him. He was about to peek his head out, but Jun Huan remembers the problem. Wait. He immediately hesitates. What if I jump in and they come after me for revenge? I'd better not get involved. Without the fake Huan here, what can I do on my own? Jun Huan grits his teeth, shuts his eyes tightly, and runs. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. Who am I to say anything, but he really can't bring himself to do it. The image of the boy completely overlaps with Jun Huan from the past. Please save me. He was also dragged out and made a fool of in front of the class. Don't just stare, do something. And so Jun Huan really shows himself. Stop it. The thugs laugh. Who's this idiot? He trembles as he threatens them. If you don't stop, I'm going to call the police. Sangda pretends to cooperate. All right. We'll stop right now. But he immediately lunges forward to attack. Yeah, keep sleeping and dreaming, you idiot. Jun Huan's eyes widen in shock. So slow. I can definitely... He was too confident in himself. Dodge it. Jun Huan can't understand why. He immediately becomes their target. Go on, call the cops. You think we're just going to leave? There are always useless guys who act so tough, aren't there? Jun Huan, crying with his head in his hands, kept asking himself, I clearly saw it coming. So why couldn't my body move? This time it was Jun Huan's turn to step forward. You stop! Sangdae impatiently waved his hand. Damn, none of these guys will back down, huh? But no one answered him. Sangdae's crew had already been taken care of by Jun Huan. You bastard. I was wondering where you were off to. So you got beaten up by this trash. He stumbled back in shock. Twins, he scoffed contemptuously. What's the problem? Can't look anywhere else. A while later, Jun Huan said sincerely, thank you. Jun Huan hadn't even broken a sweat. It's nothing. Hey, do you know that guy over there? He immediately denied it. No, sir, I don't know him. Jun Huan frantically shook him. That's right. Are you okay? I'm sorry, this is all my fault. The man was indifferent. Don't worry. It's his own damn fault for letting trash like them beat him up. Jun Huan glanced down, but the boy anxiously said, that wound looks terrible. Let me go buy some medicine. He could tell with one look. He's been completely consumed by fear. Jun Huan figured it would probably take him a while to get over this. Jun Huan asked again casually, suggesting, Sir, would it be okay if I stepped out to buy some medicine? He looks like a wannabe thug, he thought to himself. Jun Huan insisted, the gym is right nearby. I'll be right back. Jun Huan's eyes lit up. Well now. He looked down at the muscles. This kid is ripped. Jun Huan made a decision. Perfect timing. Potato Thug, you go with that guy. The boy looked bewildered. Huh, but I still have to buy medicine. I don't care. Forget it, said Potato Thug. Just come with us for now. The boy nervously asked, where are we going? Jun Huan was vague. You'll know when we get there. Not long after. He had personally caused a chaotic scene. A horrified Jun Huan scolded, you crazy buzzcut bastard! Look what you've done. Jun Huan backed away confused. This place, it's a casino. Minors aren't allowed in here. He casually looked around. Let's see now. He must be around here somewhere. Ah, found him. Jun Huan acted as if he owned the place. Peach Chun Bu. And who are these people? Immediately, a group of men blocked their path. You idiots! Do you have any idea where you are? They're obviously just a bunch of students. You're getting way out of line. He then calmly made a request. Potato Thug, it'd take too long to explain everything. So you two should find out for yourselves, physically. How does one overcome fear? Jun Huan broke out into a cold sweat. What the hell is this guy talking about? The boy was just as scared. Sir, over there. As Kyung-ho aggressively approached, he sneered, you little brats have some nerve coming all the way in here to start trouble. In the blink of an eye, the two were surrounded. Hey, what are you guys doing? We have guests. Why aren't you treating them properly? Fear. Overcoming fear takes a lot of time and effort to help someone. To help the real Jun Huan overcome his fear, the fake Jun Huan had deliberately thrown him into a life-or-death situation. The thugs charged forward recklessly. How the hell did these little brats find this place? Who cares how, just kill them all. And as a result, Jun Huan was beaten to a pulp. He couldn't fight back and just took the beating like a dog. The man sighed in disappointment. Idiot. A moment earlier, Jun Huan had received a report. You found Chunbu's den? Jun Huan whispered complainingly. I nearly died finding it, you know. But the man paid him no mind. So what? Get to the point. The man could only curse inwardly, this bastard. Jun Huan whispered into the phone, listen up. Chunbu is divided into 4 ranks from highest to lowest rank, 1 rank, 2 rank, 3, and rank 4. That guy really tried his best. The place I found is a casino. It's run by the rank 4 members of Chunbu. Of course, they run a lot of other operations, too. Jun Huan continued to ramble on, but rank 4 is a winning hand. They still aren't recognized as official members of Chunbu. To get promoted, you need to pay a massive tribute fee. Jun Huan couldn't help but wonder, how does this guy know so much? Then he understood the core of the issue. So because of this fee, even the members within rank 4 don't get along. As expected, they're going crazy. Aren't these guys from a different rank 4 crew? Shit, they're barging in. They're even trying to steal our tribute money. We're all rank 4, but you've gone way too far. Not a single one of them could think things through, just scraping together their own share. All was already a struggle. You bunch of bastards, Jun Huan clicked his tongue in annoyance. Just as he predicted, he easily dealt with them with a single flick of his hand. He's not here. Jun Huan gave a long, lazy yawn. I can't get much information out of this place. They're just rank 4 anyway, so I wasn't expecting much. I brought Jun Huan here to train after all. Looks like you're just being a punching bag for them to vent on. Jun Huan couldn't understand. Something strange. Dae-hyun savored the feeling of bullying the weak. This guy's weak as a snail. Are you sure he was sent by rank 4? He tried to find a reason. I can clearly see it coming. So why can't I dodge? The man continued to swing his fists. Ah, screw it. I don't care. Whoever steps in here, my orders are to kill them all. Jun Huan couldn't understand. It's happening again. Why does it? Silver's face still haunted him. It makes me remember that guy. Jun Huan took a punch straight to the face. Jun Huan called out in worry, Sir! But he couldn't even take care of himself. Where are you looking, you shaved head punk? Jun Huan didn't fight back at all, just stood there taking the hits. Jun Huan could easily see it. That other kid is different from Jun Huan. He wasn't just standing there to take the blows. The way he reacted wasn't passive like him. He leaned into his opponent to absorb the force. He confirmed it. He's guarding all his vital spots. There's no doubt about it. He's been trained in combat. But something was off. The more the thugs hit him, the more fired up they got. This guy's stamina is insane. Is he a rice-powered punching bag or something? Jun Huan couldn't figure it out. Why does he just stand there and block? If Jun Huan was afraid of getting hit because of his trauma, then this tough-looking thug was terrified of hitting back. He nodded, understanding. He's the same as Jun Huan. The fake Jun Huan's bizarre behavior, his reckless actions, were meant to help Jun Huan overcome his own psychological trauma, and at the same time help him get stronger at a rapid pace. But Jun Huan, who had no idea about the meaning behind all this, felt nothing but pure anger towards the fake Jun Huan. He was furious, cursing silently. What the hell did you bring me here for? Did I do something wrong? Jun Huan repeatedly asked himself. Is being scared a crime? What's so wrong with being so weak that all I can do is run? Kyung-ho arrogantly pushed up his glasses. He's not reacting at all, huh? But suddenly he was sent flying. This is so boring. Piss off. I'm sick of watching you get your ass kicked. Kyung-ho tumbled to the ground, not understanding why. Jun Huan stood proudly in the middle of the casino. He frowned and ordered, Hey, get up. Jun Huan demanded again, Get up and fight. But he didn't want to. Why should I? Jun Huan didn't even bother to struggle. It doesn't matter. Both you and I are destined to be killed by that man's own hands anyway. He lay sprawled on the ground, giving up. No matter how hard I try, it'll be the same. Whatever I do, the end will still be a pointless death. Jun Huan sobbed miserably. So, I just want to stop. He calmly offered a solution. Then overcome it. If you don't want to die, the only way is to overcome it. He had no hope. Someone as strong as you might be able to, but for me it's hopeless. Jun Huan's eyes grew cold. Seeing him, he remembered his own painful past. Jun Huan stated, I've already overcome it. He took on a mocking, sarcastic tone. Whatever I do, it won't change anything. In the end, it'll just be a pointless death. Jun Huan asked nonchalantly, So what? He pointed out the reality. You're already at rock bottom. There's nowhere else for you to fall. What else is there to be afraid of? Jun Huan suddenly saw another path. If there's nowhere left to fall, he encouraged him in an unexpected way, then the only way to go is up. Jun Huan's eyes widened in disbelief. He couldn't help but laugh mockingly as he slowly got to his feet. Is he an idiot? How can people get over their trauma so easily? Still, your method is really effective. Now breathe out. My mind has become much clearer now. Just then someone charged at him. Hey, where do you think you're looking? Jun Huan flinched in panic. But I'm still so scared. What am I supposed to do now? Suddenly a voice echoed in his head. You're gripping your wrist too tightly. It was as if Jun Huan was being guided, which is why he kept touching that stick. He snapped back to his senses. That's right. If you're afraid of getting hit. Jun Huan calmly followed the instructions. Relax your wrist. Completely relax your wrist. He skillfully neutralized the attack and instead of just using his hand, parry it with your whole arm. Jun Huan used his foot to trip the guy. Instead, by using his entire arm to let the opponent's strike fly past him, he easily took down his opponent. He gave a satisfied smirk. Those who say, the best defense is a good offense are just spouting cheap, meaningless nonsense. A true elite. Jun Huan was fighting on all fronts. Would never let someone weaker than them land a single blow. The thugs started to get flustered. What's with this guy? Damn it, is this a wrestling ring or something? He stood protectively in front of Jun Huan. Are you okay? Just stay behind me. I'll protect you. The boy frowned with worry. Okay, Jun Huan thought to himself. Easier said than done, but he was overwhelmed by their numbers. There were just too many of them. They charged aggressively. This bastard doesn't know what to do. Just kill them all. Jun Huan struggled to stay up. I'm at my limit. What do I do? Jun Huan asked worriedly. Hyung, are you all right? He set a goal for himself. He got dragged into this because of me. At the very least, I have to be the one to protect him. Jun Huan bluntly laid it bare. Stop it! A weakling like you can't protect anyone. He shifted his gaze to the boy. Hey, you potato head. Jun Huan turned. Yes. Jun Huan got straight to the point. Are you that scared of hitting other people? He began his enlightening speech. You've already been beaten up, so what's there to be afraid of anymore? Jun Huan stammered, unable to answer. Jun Huan pointed out the issue. Listen, a head-on fight isn't always the right choice. He had a read on the boy's psyche. There's always a way to get out of a crisis without throwing a single punch. Jun Huan immediately stepped into the fight. Hyung, get behind me. I've thought of a way. He couldn't help but be stunned. What do you mean? Jun Huan couldn't believe it. You can't do anything? All I've seen you do is sit there and take a beating. The boy lowered his center of gravity. Just get behind me. Jun Huan launched forward with incredible speed. He charged right through the thugs. Jun Huan threw a decisive punch. Even Jun Huan was shaken. Damn, he's good. His eyes widened in amazement. Whoa, no way. I couldn't see a thing even though he was right in front of me. Jun Huan stared at the hole in the wall. This kid? In the end, they couldn't figure out who he was. Jun Huan shuddered in amazement. Damn, he's good. His eyes widened in shock. No way. I couldn't see a thing even though he was right in front of me. He looked at the shattered wall that Jun Huan had punched. Jun Huan couldn't help but wonder, who on earth is he? The boy just gave a harmless smile. A Superman, huh? The thugs were thrown into chaos. What the hell is that noise? It's the fire alarm. This idiot. They stared dumbly over at Jun Huan. Did that psycho do it? When did he even get over there? Teo grumbled miserably. My ears are about to start bleeding. Someone go turn it off. Just then, Kwang Tai kicked the door open. What's all this racket in here? His eyes went wide with horror. I really have to deal with this myself. What the hell is going on? Kwang Tai shouted, Look at you brats, you dare come to a gambling den! You know kids aren't allowed in here. They grimaced, muttering, Damn old fossil. He demanded in a loud voice, Where's the owner? That guy immediately pulled out his ID. We're adults. Inhu and Teo moved closer, applying pressure. So, are adults not allowed to wear school uniforms now or something? Does being held back a year make us animals? Kwang Tai recoiled in panic. No, that's not what I meant. They're leading Kwang Tai away. If you're thinking of calling the cops, tell them to arrest those guys for obstruction of business, you idiot. But the three of them vanished. What the hell? They all got away a long time ago. Where'd they go? A moment later, Jun Huan clasped his hands together, pleading, I'm really, really sorry. I sincerely apologize. You got into trouble because of that bastard, because of my little brother. Jun Huan panicked. I'm okay, sir. Lift your head. He was slightly surprised. Little brother Jun Huan yelled, scolding him again. Apologize to him right now. I don't care why. Whoever's weaker is the one at fault. He could only curse inwardly, this psycho bastard. He turned to the kid. So what's this potato punk kid's name again? The kid stammered. My name is... Oh, Jun Huan, sir. Jun Huan muttered. Sir. Huh, that name's too hard to remember. I'll just call you Potato Punk. It's easier, he asked bluntly. Looking at your build, you must know how to fight. So why were you just standing there taking a beating earlier? If you were serious, those guys would have been down for the count long ago. The kid tried to leave. I'll be going now. Thank you for your help. Jun Huan wasn't interested in keeping him. He speculated, could that guy be a masochist who likes getting hit? The guy cried as he grabbed Jun Huan's shirt. Why did you have to drag him into this dangerous mess? I seriously thought I was going to die. He decisively twisted the guy's arm. Hey, Dong Jun Huan. Jun Huan proposed, let's recruit that potato punk kid as a human shield. I mean, a teammate. The guy didn't understand. What the hell? And let go of my hand, please. The other started to analyze. I just found out who that silver-haired fish-head bastard who attacked us is. The place we were just at, but is one of the businesses he runs. Jun Huan was stunned. What? The other calmly continued. It's an organization called Chunbu. Their identifying mark is a peach tattoo on their bodies. The guy yelled in frustration, why are you only telling me something so important now? He brought up another point, like I said. Because of some side effects from transferring to another world, I can't use my full power. Jun Huan asserted. That's why we need to form a party. That potato punk kid is more than enough to get things done on his own. The guy recalled doubtfully. Even if you say that is, he really that amazing? The other sighed. Geez, this blockhead still has so much to learn. Here, Jun Huan couldn't be bothered. Go find out for yourself. It was like being struck by lightning. What the hell is this guy talking about? The other bluntly passed the problem to him. It'll also help you get stronger. If you can't bring him here, you're going to die. If you don't bring him back, you'd better watch out. Jun Huan's eyes were filled with killing intent. That's right. You still haven't properly practiced the parry cut, have you? The guy immediately broke into a cold sweat. No. I've been practicing very hard, he said in a low voice. Right. You say that, but you can't even hold a stick properly. Jun Huan said as he turned back. Listen here. This technique isn't just about blocking your opponent's attacks. The guy backed away in fear. Don't come any closer. The other didn't listen. You have to learn how to redirect that attack elsewhere and counterattack. Only then can it be considered that you've fully mastered it. Jun Huan was terrified. I told you to stay away. He demonstrated right then. While the guy was still dazed, Move Jun Huan fell flat on his face in an instant. The other continued to instruct, if you make your opponent lose their balance, you can either escape or counterattack. For a coward like you, defense is the perfect art form. The guy looked up in surprise. You thought that far ahead. For me, I am you. Did you really think I wouldn't know? I noticed it a while ago. Right around the time you started getting arrogant just because you got a little stronger. Jun Huan warned as he turned to leave. So keep practicing the parry cut whenever you can. I'm leaving. If you get lazy, watch your neck. The guy stammered, where are you going? The other gave a sly grin. I just got a call from my slave. Of course he's off digging up some useless information again. Jun Huan was surprised. A slave. At the same time, Guangtai was getting beaten to a pulp. Hey, you useless piece of trash. Do you think I'm kidding? Didn't I tell you? Anyone who dares to touch this place. He hit him hard. I'll kill their entire family. And yet you let them get away right in front of your eyes, model. Was he knocked unconscious, or do you think because you're an adult you can do whatever you want? Looking down on Guangtai so arrogantly, this is why. This, even an old geezer like this, feels comfortable looking down on you lot, huh? He glances around. Cat got your tongues. This is the guy who runs the illegal casino for Rank 4 Jonbu's Shin Sung-woo. The whole group turned pale with fear. We're sorry, sir. Sung-woo doesn't spare anyone. You too, you bastard. He grabs Byung-jin by the collar. On the condition that you turn a blind eye to my business here, whether it's dealing drugs or killing people. I even said I'd forgive and forget that stupid debt your moron of a nephew racked up. Sung-woo glares and questions him. And this is how you repay my kindness. He trembles trying to reason. My nephew only borrowed 1 million won. How has the interest ballooned to 40 million? Byung-jin says resolutely, I've had enough. I'm calling the police. The man laughs. Damn it. Sung-woo casually throws a punch. You dare talk back. He gets more aggressive with each hit. Talk back. Huh? Talk back. You like talking back, don't you? As he beats him, Sung-woo questions him. You know how much I hate people who talk back, don't you? So why'd you have to turn me into a monster, huh? He hasn't had enough yet. All right then, it's time I taught you a lesson. But Sung-woo is interrupted. That's enough. Shin Sung-woo. Ji-won sitting nearby taunts him. Didn't they teach you to respect your elders in school? The guy scoffs nonchalantly. Oh, right. How would a middle school dropout know the head of Chunbu's rank 4 illegal steroid distribution ring, Lee Ji-won? He arrogantly demands, your tribute payments are low or maybe non-existent. Get lost. Ji-won admits, yeah, maybe I pay less tribute than you. He faces off with Sung-woo. But I don't think I'm some small fry. Ji-hwan aggressively challenges him. So, how about we have a little chat with our fists to reminisce about the good old days? The other guys start getting restless. Damn, it looks like I'll have to raise my tribute payment again. He comes in here acting like he owns the place. He curses under his breath. Why do you always have to show up and cause trouble just as Sung-woo was about to accept all right then? Today I'll set the pecking order straight for good, but someone interrupts. Oh, Dad, that's him. An emotional Chan points. That bastard said he'd lend me money, then forced me to film weird videos. Shongtai tries to act cool. You kids who still smell of your mother's milk, dare to lay a hand on my woman. He naively states his condition. I have a blue belt in jujitsu. I'm going to talk to you nicely for now. Delete the video! He lets out a sharp breath. In a flash, Sung-woo has Seongtae under his foot. Why do you little chirping birds keep testing my patience? Sung-woo approaches Ji-yoon, this gambling addict from the dregs of society. He glares, slapping her. You were smiling so happily when I said I'd give you a free loan, weren't you? You happily took the money and now you're trying to play the victim. Sung-woo is in a terrible mood, you know why. Forget it. You don't have to pay back a damn thing. Just fucking die right here. She sobs hysterically, but he's blocked. Sung-woo quickly turns but is still sent flying. Ji-won's eyes widen in shock. The other thugs are scared shitless. That guy's fucking done for. Lee Yong-hwan unexpectedly joins the fight. He casually lets out an insult. You pieces of trash. Lee Yong-hwan has just received new information. Illegal contracts and videos. Gungwan confirms. On the surface, it looks like those guys are running a normal casino. But in reality, they're secretly giving out loans with sky-high interest rates and dealing in illegal videos. He offers a bit of praise. So you knew about all that, huh? That's pretty detailed information. The guy immediately puts on a smug face. Are you just now seeing the true value of Nam Gungwan? But, Gungwan adds, this casino isn't someplace for your average rank 4 idiots. It's ranked second in total revenue. The number he gives is horrifying. The standard tribute a rank 4 has to give Chunbu is 10 million won a month. But Gungwan lowers his voice. From rank 1 to rank 3, they each have to pay 100 million a month. A few prominent faces flash by. Rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. Lee Yong-hwan gets the picture. So Chunbu must really like these guys, which means, back to the present, the whole crowd is rushing in to fight. All of you come at me at once. All he knows is wrestling anyway. He speculates, if I tear this place apart. Ji-won and Sung-woo stand frozen. They make money from contracts and videos. This is just plain illegal. In the blink of an eye, Ian-hwan wiped the floor with all 10 of those crazy bastards. So you went to all the trouble of coming here from John Doe's place. And just to find me, making money through illegal contracts and filming people, you guys are absolute scum. So John Doe came looking for me on his own. I've heard rumors lately that some rank 4 guys are interested in our operations. You're the bastard sent by another rank 4 crew, aren't you? No, I'm from another world. What does that even mean? Are you an idiot with more brawn than brains? Hey, is that brawn over brains comment aimed at me? He charged forward with hard-to-follow speed. I don't care who's targeting this place. I'll kill every last one of them. He easily dodged. He dodged it. Ian-hwan even counterattacked swiftly. This guy, he had to back away to keep his distance. Who the hell is he? A hired boxer. He tried to change his approach. In that case, but before Sung-yu could act, he took a punch. I just need to be faster. The pain made his vision go white. That scrawny bastard. He should have just trusted modern medicine from the start. Now he's getting his ass kicked by a twig like that. Ian-hwan arrogantly stepped on Sung-yu's head. Are you the one in charge here? He arrogantly made his demand. Tell me everything you know about John Booty. Do that and I'll reconsider my opinion of you based on what you've done. Who do you think you are acting so high and mighty? You think I'm going to tell you everything? Ian-hwan kicked his leg hard again. You better start talking. He grabbed one of Sung-yu's legs. Or else, you'll never be able to use those little trick kicks of yours ever again. Sung-yu was clearly scared. He screamed for help. Damn it, Lee Ji-won, you bastard, don't just stand there watching help me. But the man casually brushed it off. Why should I? This isn't my business. If you want my help, give me your share of the tribute money from the casino. So the rumors about rank 4 guys not liking each other over tribute money are true. This money-obsessed lunatic, having no other choice, he agreed. Fine, I'll give you half. The man smirked. Sounds good. Jun Huan immediately joined the fight. If you back out on your word later, I'll kill you. He had to jump back quite a distance after the punch. Jun Huan frowned in surprise. What kind of power is this? But he immediately realized. So he's on drugs. You look a little weak yourself. Want to try a few? Jun Huan remembered. So this is the guy Nam Sung Guan mentioned. The rank 3 who deals illegal steroids. Jun Huan boasted confidently. I'm on a completely different level than that weakling over there. A close-quarters fighter with that kind of physique. The man was extremely smug. Speed, strength, even weight. I have the advantage in every aspect. But Jun Huan was immediately silenced by a punch. Jun Huan let out a challenge. Looks like brains isn't on that list, huh? Do you only know how to charge straight ahead like a wild boar? Sung Yu took the opportunity to launch a sneak attack, shouting as if to signal. Die, you bastard! He easily dodged. An instinct to vanish from sight in an instant and strike from a blind spot. Jun Huan was easily toying with both of them. Add to that the sharpness to immediately launch a follow-up attack. These guys, he seemed quite interested, are actually quite useful. The more they fought, the more confused they became. What's with this guy? Our hits are clearly landing. Both of them realized something was wrong. Why does it feel like none of our attacks are having any effect? Jun Huan calculated coolly. There'll be a good matchup for Jun Huan and the potato thug. He pretended to be in a tough spot. I was planning to deal with them cleanly, but I guess I'll have to save it for later. Sung Yu felt like he was being made a fool of. This crazy bastard isn't even fighting properly anymore. Jun Huan was also going crazy. Hey, Sung Yu. I should be getting 70% for fighting a guy like this. Jun Huan easily blocked both of them at the same time. To be honest, I'm just wasting my time. He gently flung them away. In the blink of an eye, Jun Huan had vanished. He reached the two of them before they even hit the ground. Jun Huan delivered the finishing blow decisively because of these two idiots. Sung Yu was unconscious. He used him to break through a wall, revealing a hidden room behind it. These guys are just the worst kind of scum. Jun Huan peeked inside. I'll be taking this then. If you want it back, he let out a gleeful smile. Just take this memory card. You can come find me anytime. The next morning, Jun Huan was sneaking around suspiciously. Who's that? I found him. Since we go to the same school, he's easy to spot. He followed Jun Huan closely. Oh, Jun Huan, 17 years old. His specialty is getting his ass kicked before anything can even happen, pretending to be a loser. The bullies in class were very satisfied with Jun Huan. Beating this guy up feels so damn good. He's an amazing stress reliever. He wondered, why would the fake Jun Huan want him as a teammate? Jun Huan thought to himself, the way he acted yesterday was truly impressive, but... The others went outside, glancing at him as they left. Where are you looking? Jun Huan kept his eyes on Jun Huan. He doesn't seem to have anything else special about him. That day, he just kept secretly following him. Jun Huan sighed in frustration. Why am I acting like some kind of stalker? Suddenly, he realized he had followed him to a hospital. This place is... Jun Huan stopped in front of room 5111. He couldn't help but wonder. A hospital. Why is he here? Jun Huan entered the hospital room. He just stood there, looking down. A while later, Jun Huan was outside again. He didn't see him come back. He's been standing in there for 2 hours already. For some reason, I find it really awkward to approach him now. Suddenly, Jun Huan spoke up. Excuse me, how long were you planning on following me? He jumped, startled. When did you realize, Jun Huan admitted bluntly, from the moment you left the school gate? He set a condition. If you're here because of what happened yesterday, then you don't need to worry about it. But Jun Huan denied it. That's not why I'm here. He got flustered and made an excuse. John, my younger brother, he said I absolutely had to become friends with you. Jun Huan was surprised. Why me? Jun Huan awkwardly made an excuse. To be honest, I'm not really sure either. He realized it himself. Saying it out loud sounds so pathetic. Jun Huan thought for a long time, looking for an excuse. He tried to start. Hey, if you're okay with it, would you like to... Suddenly, Jun Huan's squinty eyes flew open. He yelled in a panic, You! Surprised, Jun Huan was immediately hit with a punch. Sung Woo appeared out of nowhere. What a coincidence. Fancy meeting you in a place like this. He had mistaken him for someone else. You think you can start trouble with me? And just walk away like that. I let my guard down yesterday, but today you're definitely dead. Sung-woo glared menacingly. Where do you think you're going with my money, you bastard? He decided to beat them both up. And this guy, too. Do you even know where you are? Just showing up here out of the blue. Sung-woo seemed to know something. Long time no see. He called him a murdering bastard. An image of Choi Tai lying in a hospital bed flashed through his mind. Long time no see. A voice rang out, making Jun Huan's face turn pale. You murdering bastard! Jun Huan, standing beside him, was shocked. Murderer! Sung-woo kicked Jun Huan. You put my little brother in a coma. And you still have the nerve to show your face here. Arr! Then he turned to Jun Huan. I'll deal with you later. First, I have to finish things with this guy. Sung-woo brought up what happened before. Hey, yesterday was pretty fun. You're not half bad. I let my guard down then, but today I'm definitely going to kill you. He struggled to stand and replied, What are you talking about? This is the first time I've ever met you. But the guy suddenly attacked with a punch. The hell you mean first time? You came looking for a fight yesterday, you son of a bitch. He tried his best to explain. Whoa, wait a minute, I really don't know who you are. In his head, Jun Huan cursed. No way. That damn fake Jun Huan. Sung-woo threw another punch. You enjoy using my tribute money, huh? Do you have any idea how much that business is worth? He leaned back, dodging the punch. He silently cursed the person who caused this mess. What kind of trouble did you get into this time? Jun Huan got into a fighting stance. He's not listening to me at all. I guess I'll have to calm him down first, but the other guy's speed was clearly faster. Is that really all you've got? Before he could react, Sung-woo landed a blow right in his stomach. Jun Huan fell backward to the ground in pain. Seeing this, the guy couldn't help but be surprised. What's this? He's down after just one hit. How is he so weak? Afterwards, Sung-woo pulled out his phone and made a call. Hey, Lee Ji-won. I found that bastard. Whoever finds him first gets to deal with him, so don't you interfere. The guy on the other end of the line cursed, annoyed. What the hell are you talking about, you idiot? Ji-won delivered some shocking news. That guy just stormed our hideout. Sung-woo's expression froze for a moment. What the hell are you talking about? Suddenly, he remembered something from before. Shit, don't tell me. Don't. My boss needed a report, and that's when my subordinates told me about the guys who broke in here yesterday. There are 2 of them twins, it's no mistake. One of the 2 is extremely strong, but the other one is pathetically weak. He's the easy target. Thinking this Sung Huan couldn't be bothered to wonder why he was so weak. Whatever. He raises his foot about to stomp on the boy. If I use this guy, even if he doesn't want to, the other one will be forced to come. Jun Huan, lying unconscious on the grass, suddenly shot his eyes wide open, catching Sung-yu completely off guard. Jun Huan swept his leg, tripping his opponent. Seeing him running away, the man cursed in anger. Damn it! Jun Huan quickly shouted to Juwon. What are you doing? Run, the boy stammered in reply. Yes. The 2 of them ran through the streets, drawing the attention of everyone around. Big bro, this way. Wait, you're too fast. When they arrived, Juwon opened a door and said to him, We've come this far. They won't be able to catch up with us. Jun Huan panted heavily. Where is this? Stepping inside, he found a professional training space, a boxing gym. Jun Huan asked curiously, You've trained before? The boy explained, When I was little, it was my favorite class. Remembering Juwon's stance from when he was attacked, he realized it was a boxing stance. Jun Huan noticed Juwon hesitating, wanting to say something. Just as he turned, the boy bowed deeply. I'm sorry I wasn't any help to you. He quickly waved his hands. It's fine, I'm used to getting my ass kicked by my fake twin Jun Huan. So my endurance has gotten better. Besides, he's the one who caused this whole mess anyway. So don't worry, Jun Huan asked, exasperated, but why do you keep calling me big bro? The boy's face lit up with admiration. Because you're the older one in the pair of twins. That makes you the big bro, and your younger brother would be the little bro. Hearing this, he thought to himself, if that fake Jun Huan heard this, he'd be pissed. Jun Huan quietly observed the other boy. I still can't believe it. Seeing that innocent look, he couldn't help but feel skeptical. This kid really killed someone. This is the first time I've ever met a pair of twins. It doesn't seem like it at all. He asked him directly, Was what you said earlier true? Juan paused for a moment. Yes. Seeing him suddenly fall silent, Jun Huan quickly waved his hands. Sorry. If you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to force yourself. But Juan scratched his head and replied, No, it's okay. You've helped me so many times. I should tell you. After that, he decided to recount the event. A long time ago, I had a very precious friend. Juan remembered back in school his friend was always so confident and cool. Back then, when he was being bullied so badly his face was all scratched up, Choi Tai stood up to protect Juan. Don't you touch my friend, you worthless pieces of societal trash, he said to me. He was such a precious friend I felt I wasn't worthy to stand by his side. Suddenly, someone walked into the classroom. That's a boxing stance. So you know a little about boxing, huh? The guy smirked provocatively. Me too. Shin Sung-yu, 16 years old. In the boxing gym, punching bags were hanging everywhere. Even though his face was injured, Choi Tae comforted him. It's okay. Getting hurt when you're training is normal. Juan said from that day on, whenever I saw my friend, he was always covered in injuries. At the time, Juan was extremely worried. Even so, this is getting to be too much. We should tell a teacher, but he refused. Just let it go. At most, they'll get suspended or a slap on the wrist. Going after trash like them will only cause more trouble for us. But Juan was furious and decided he would learn boxing. Then I'll fight with you. I'm learning boxing too, so it won't be like before. Choi Tae firmly stopped him. No, he explained seriously, advising him. The coach said that one day, you're going to become a champion. If you get seriously injured now, it could have lasting consequences. As for trash like them, Choi Tae took his hand and gave him a smile. Just leave them to me. This is what a future second has to do for his boxer. But later, Juan saw white chrysanthemums in a vase on Choi Tae's desk. Those guys were behind him, snickering and mocking. Can't believe he actually kicked the bucket after just a little group beatdown. Weak as a snail. We all knew he was trash the moment he started acting tough about boxing. Lucky for him, he's still a minor. The juvenile law saved his worthless hide. Seriously, the juvenile justice system is a paradise. Shin Jin even mocked his words. Did you hear what that bastard said at the end? He said, do whatever you want to me, but don't touch Juan. He even deliberately sneered as he mimicked him. He said, I'm going to be a champion one day. As if a failure like him winning a championship. Hilarious as hell. Unable to take it anymore. Juan quickly launched a kick, his fists clenched tight. Filled with a rage so immense he should have been writing his will, all that was left was the illusion that on that day Jun Huan had handled that entire crowd all by himself. The other guys were all unconscious. Back in the present, he looked down at his own fist. That's when I realized my fists were weapons that could kill people. That's why I'm scared of hitting people. Seeing Jun Huan like this, Huan paused for a moment. He's the same. His eyes held an indescribable emotion completely the opposite of my own. The face of silver suddenly appeared in Jun Huan's mind. But there was also the haunting memory. The fake Jun Huan already knew all about this. Back then he had said, that kid is just like you. So that's why he said that. Seeing his whole body hunched over and trembling, Huan called out worriedly, Boss? Jun Huan was still lost in a storm of emotions, but he had to make him his comrade. He clenched his teeth. How could a guy like me ever succeed in doing that? Suddenly a voice spoke up. Is this your first day here? Huan turned to look toward the entrance. The coach with a toothpick in his mouth leisurely walked in. Why the long face? Get in a fight somewhere. Huan quickly explained the situation. He got hurt while saving me, so I brought him to the gym to get patched up, sir. Choi Kangcha asked. Are you just going to keep standing there? And stop stammering like an idiot. But when he saw Jun Huan, he immediately held up a flyer, introducing it with interest. Well, now this could work. This kid doesn't have a single muscle on him. We're looking for members. Jun Huan carefully tried to refuse, no thank you. But Choi Kang kept persuading him, just for this month. I'll give you a special discount of 300,000 won. How about it? Hearing that Jun Huan thought to himself, damn, that's expensive. Then his eyes noticed something. Jun Huan pointed at the flyer. It says in here that the discount ended last year. Choi Kang was startled. What? He shouted in frustration. It says February 2025, not 2026. That sneaky bastard. We already printed 300 of these. What are we supposed to do now? Suddenly, Choi Kang paused for a moment as if he'd just realized something. Wait a minute. He was slightly amazed. That kid was able to notice something printed so small. The flyer read, "You can become a boxer right now. This is the cheapest it'll ever be. Special discount now in effect. We will help you build fundamental boxing skills and great health. We'll even take care of you after class valid from January 12th, 2025 to February 12th, 2025. Choi Kong wondered to himself, in such a short period of time. With that thought, he got serious and asked, "Kid, have you ever played any sports before?" Jun Huan replied, "No, sir." Choi Kong was a little surprised. Strange, very strange. As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly threw a punch towards Jun Huan's face, stopping just an inch away. His fist stopped. Huan was terrified. "Coach, what are you doing? That's dangerous." He calmly looked at Jun Huan. "Why didn't you dodge, kid? With eyes like those, you could have easily avoided it." Jun Huan's eyes widened. I was a little scared is all. Because you weren't really going to hit me, were you?" Choi Kong's eyes narrowed slightly as he sized him up. What a strange kid. His physical ability is below average, but his eyes are freakishly sharp. If it's this kid, then maybe... With that, he tossed out 2 pairs of gloves. "You two spar for a round." They stared blankly, not understanding what was happening. Sparring, a form of training in boxing or martial arts performed to focus on improving technique without the risk of serious injury. Simply put, sparring doesn't actually mean fighting. Jun Huan, putting on the protective gear and gloves, asked with a tremble, Are we really going to do this?" Still worried, he said to Choi Kong, "What if I accidentally hit him?" He casually replied, "It's fine even if you land a hit. It's not like anyone's going down from a few of your punches anyway." Huan also laughed reassuringly. "I'm used to taking hits, so don't worry." He didn't question Choi Kong's request. "The coach must have a reason for telling you to do this. You can see what's about to happen, but the fear is making your whole body tense up, isn't it? I'll definitely help you get over that fear." Hearing that, Jun Huan asked hesitantly, You knew?" Huan was confused for a second. "Knew what, sir?" But then he reacted. "It's because you always keep your eyes on your opponent's punch until the very end, even when you're scared." Choi Kong's voice cut in sternly. "Less talking, get in position. The sparring match will be 3 rounds, 3 minutes each." Jun Huan reassured himself. "All right. It's come to this. I'll just give it a try. Besides, we're not really fighting, so there's nothing to be afraid of, right?" Just as he looked up, a large shadow appeared in front of him. Huan had taken a step forward, swinging a fist. Jun Huan's face went pale. When did he get so close? I can't see his movements at all. Choi Kang, watching from the sidelines, yelled, "Focus on that brat Yui Huan." He stammered, "Yes, sir," as he looked at Ju Huan. "I've always been able to read every move an opponent makes, but why can't I see his?" Meanwhile, he just smiled brightly and assured me, "I promise I won't punch for real. So don't you worry, okay?" Ju Huan stepped back to his original position. "You've helped me so much, you know, so now it's my turn." After that, he raised his fists to guard his face. Choi Kong watched silently. Just as I thought, that kid's speed is extraordinary. If he aims to go pro, he could really make a name for himself. He watched the two of them. If the scrawny kid's talent is his eyes... Yui Huan's eyes were wide and agile, taking in every one of the lightning-fast movements of Huan. Just then, the bell signaling the end of the round rang. Choi Kang concluded, "Then the bald kid has a natural-born talent that no one else possesses." He took off his headgear. Ju Huan let out a sigh of relief. "So, how was it? Did this help you overcome your fear?" When he saw Yui Huan standing there frozen, he was startled. "Hey!" Seeing Yui Huan, who looked pale with fear, sitting on the stool, Choi Kong sighed. "Good grief, this kid is completely useless." Ju Huan apologized quietly. "Sorry, I should have gone easier on you." Choi Kong shouted again, "You idiot! The first round is over!" "Get back to your corner." He replied, "Yes, sir." Yui Huan thought to himself, "If this were a real match, I wonder how many times I would have gotten hit by now." He suddenly remembered the older Ihuan's words, "Only now do I understand what he was trying to say." Looking at that kid's face, Yui Huan confirmed, "He's a real monster." Choi Kong stood in a corner with his arms crossed, seeing that Ihuan wasn't in a good state. Suddenly he spoke up. "Hey kid, you have a habit of trying to move your body only after you've already seen the punch." Yui Huan was confused. "Huh?" Choi Kong continued. "I don't know who you learned that from, but that's something only a genius can pull off. With your current physical abilities, it's impossible." He advised, "Don't just react to the punch. Try to move by predicting your opponent's movements instead. He paused for a moment. Thinking back, he realized the older Iwan had said something similar. Back then, at the park near the sandlot, he had asked him, "What do you think is the key to defeating someone stronger than you?" Yu Huan gave a thumbs up and replied, "Unrelenting effort and passion. Every time this guy tried to teach me something, he just makes me feel like an idiot." He corrected the answer, "It's rhythm." Ihuan's swollen face twitched. "Rhythm." The older Ihuan explained, "Even if your eyes can see the opponent's punches, it's useless if you can't dodge them. That's why analyzing your opponent's movements is also very important. The stronger they are, the clearer the rhythm in their movements becomes. If you can recognize that, then no matter how strong the opponent is..." The bell rang, signaling the start of the round. His words echoed in Ihuan's ear, "You'll still be able to find an opening." This time, Yu Ihuan thought seriously. Just like the coach said, the reason I can't react is probably because I'm only trying to dodge by watching the punches. To catch their rhythm, I can't just stare at their fists. Juan on the other side said, "Hey, if you're ready, then I'm going to start again." He told himself, "I have to pay attention to everything." The moment Juhuan's foot moved, Yu Ihuan quickly saw his opponent's face rushing toward his, but Yu Ihuan leaned back and dodged it. The move took Juhuan by surprise. Ihuan silently praised himself, "I dodged it." "So I was right." Juhuan also celebrated cheerfully. "That was an awesome slip." He asked, surprised, "Really? What's a slip?" Choi Kang, standing outside, pointed and reminded them, "You two are still in the middle of a sparring match." Yu Ihuan observed his opponent's knees. Juhuan's attacks all start from his legs. No, to be more precise. His attention focused on the balls of his feet, from the push-off of his toes. The two separated and got into their fighting stances again. Suddenly, Yu Ihuan heard Juhuan say, "Looks like you're getting used to dodging." His expression darkened for a moment, filled with unease. Juhuan's fighting spirit intensified. "I'm going to speed things up a bit," he announced. Before Ihuan could even react, a strike from Juhuan shot towards him. Although he managed to dodge it, Yu Ihuan was still shocked. "He's even faster now. Holy crap, does that mean he wasn't using his full strength before?" Juhuan, on the other hand, was a little surprised. "Even though this is just sparring, he's dodging my punches so easily." Juhuan's toes. At that moment, it was as if an electric current shot through him. "I'm not going to actually hit him." A faint smile played on his lips. "But I can still go a little bit faster." It seemed Choi Kong had also noticed something. Immediately after, Juhuan lunged forward with incredible speed. Yu Ihuan's eyes were locked onto his opponent's every movement as that fist drew closer and closer to his face. A second later, Jun Huan nervously tilted his head back, dodging. His face was incredibly tense. That movement felt like a hair's breadth escape. Before he could even compose himself, another kick came flying. A spark suddenly flashed between the two of them. Yu Guan was a little surprised by this. Seeing Ion Huan's body duck low, he was momentarily stunned. Whoa, this fight. It's making him realize Ion Huan's strength. He watched me do it once and copied it immediately. Damn it, he's too fast. Right now he's dodging based on prediction and my last punch. If he'd guessed wrong, he would have taken the full hit. When the two separated slightly, he softly called out, "Hey!" Junwan's toes seemed to activate, entering a true combat mode. "Sorry, but I have to go all out now." "How curious." Ion Huan's eyes also widened in surprise. That was the movement from before. He squinted slightly, a smirk of excitement on his face. "Between your eyes and my feet?" However, Choi Kong suddenly spoke up, stopping them. "Wait!" Oh, Junwan didn't stop. Seeing that he wasn't lowering his hands, the man yelled even louder, "Oh, Junwan!" In the past, Choi Kong had punched Junwan once before. "This little brat. How many times have I told you that you need to fix that stubborn streak of yours?" He gave him a serious lecture. "You're usually so calm, but the moment you get in the ring, you become a completely different person." He scratched his head and replied in a small voice, "I'm sorry, sir." Back then, Choi T had gently explained, "In boxing, your heart can burn with passion, but your head must always stay cool and clear. If not, someone's going to get seriously hurt. But you've got talent, kid." He smiled and held out a fist. "If you can just fix that one flaw, you'll become a champion, I promise you that." Juan's expression froze for a moment, a bit surprised. Then he smiled brightly and gently bumped fists. Back in the present, Choi Kong's voice rang out gravely, "Oh, Jun Huan." A strong gust of wind blew past, making Choi Kong's expression darken. He growled out each word, "You little brat." He stood in front of Jun Huan, blocking Juwan's attack with his bare hands. "What if you had actually hit the kid, huh?" Only then did he freeze right after. Jun Huan's face went pale as he realized what he had just done. He bowed his head flustered and said, "Bro, I'm sorry. I just moved without thinking." Jun Huan also comforted him. "It's okay. You were just helping me." He thought to himself, but honestly, I was scared out of my mind. Choi Kang tossed a cold towel onto Juwan's neck. "Go outside and cool your head for a bit, you idiot." He spoke softly to Jun Huan. "Sorry about that." Before he could understand, "Huh?" Choi Kang explained, "He's only like that in the ring. But that kid is extremely competitive. Your eyes must have lit a fire in him and he got interested in boxing again." He also felt it needed to be corrected, but perhaps the coach had pushed him too hard. Hearing that Jun Huan also grew curious. Thinking back, Jun Huan was very afraid of hitting people. So why was he still boxing? He asked bluntly, "Then why is Jun Huan still boxing?" He crossed his arms, reminiscing. He made a promise to a friend who passed away. That one day he would become a champion no matter what. Because of that promise, that kid who can't even bring himself to hit anyone still hasn't given up on boxing even now. Jun Huan suddenly remembered the scene from earlier when Jun Huan rushed in to attack him. His gaze shifted slightly downward. Jun Huan remembered it clearly. He had a very tense and determined expression. A phone rang, cutting through the air. Jun Huan left the ring covering his mouth and whispering, "That crazy bastard. Where the hell are you?" The voice on the other end replied, "Judging by that reaction, I see you've received the present I prepared for you." He sputtered in confusion. "What the hell are you plotting now?" "At this rate, I'm going to die before we even get to Jodu. Do you have any idea how many times I've almost gotten myself killed because of you?" He grabbed an unconscious man by the collar, lifted him up, and smirked slightly. "That's why I'm going and taking them down for you." Jun Huan's voice echoed into the messy room. "One by one from the bottom to the top." The man asked, "Gumwan? Hey, Nam Gumwan, how many is that now?" The guy looked around a bit confused. "Damn it, I counted up to 50, but I couldn't keep up." "You heard that right. You've been bullied by guys like that. All this time, huh?" He instructed over the phone, "I'm very busy making it so you can get stronger, so just keep training. We can't let other rank 4 morons interfere at this crucial moment." Jun Huan's face paled as he listened to the threat from the other end of the line. "If you mess up the stepping stone I've cleared for you, you're dead meat, got it?" You wondered what the hell this guy was talking about. Then he changed the subject. "Anyway, how's that potato drop spot doing?" He mumbled at a loss for words. Hearing his tone, Jun Huan's face darkened with annoyance. He cursed in frustration, terrified that someone would fall into a coma again. "So you'd rather take a beating? What's wrong with you, Baekcheon?" The lecture came through the phone's speaker. "Do losers like you get off on being beaten up or something? You whine so much even Satan would bow down to you." He stomped on an unconscious guy on the ground. "Only another failure can understand its own kind. I'm busy, so go talk him into it and bring him here. If you come home before it's done, you're dead meat." Seeing the other person was about to disconnect, Jun Huan hurriedly called out, "Hey, wait!" But the line was already dead. Jun Huan mumbled, "I should have asked more about the person who attacked us. He won't come back here again, right?" The lights in the private room flickered. 3 men were sitting at a table full of drinks. Jiwan, annoyed, gritted his teeth and growled, "You let him get away right in front of you. Have you lost your damn mind?" Jondu Crew, 4th tier number 3 in earnings. Head of the illegal steroid distribution ring, Sung Woo immediately retorted in annoyance, "You're the one who screwed things up, right at a critical moment. So don't go running your mouth like you did something right." Jondu Crew, 4th tier number 2 in earnings, head of the illegal casino Shin Sung Woo. He squinted and continued, "More importantly." Sung Woo waved his hand, too bored to go on. "Why are there so few people here? Shouldn't the number one of us 5 have arrived by now?" At that moment, Jong Ho, who had been silent until now, finally spoke up. They were all taken down by that guy. His expression was very serious. "We're all that's left of the 4th tier. Jondu Crew, 4th tier number 1 in earnings, head of the illegal online gambling ring Heo Jang Ho." Ji-won, unable to contain his anger, slammed his hand on the table. "Who the hell is that bastard? Why does he keep targeting us?" Jang Ho replied, "We don't need to know that. If something's in Jondu's way, we eliminate it. We just received an order from the higher-ups," he relayed. "If we take care of this guy who's blocking our path, they'll promote us to the 3rd tier." The other two immediately became excited. Seriously? Hell yeah, now I'm getting pumped up. Jang Ho chuckled softly. If we can handle this, and we might finally be recognized as true members of Jeondu. But Ji Wan was a bit hesitant and worried. Sounds good. But it's not as damn easy as you think. That guy is ridiculously strong. Shin Sung-woo and I teamed up and we couldn't even touch him. Hearing this, he paid it no mind. I don't care how strong that guy is, no matter how tough someone is, they'll always have a weakness. Late at night on the street, Jun Huan and Jun Huan were heading out together. He took the initiative to speak first. I'm sorry. I really can't go home right now. Jun Huan remembered the man's words in his head. If you can't convince him, don't come home. Jun Huan replied nonchalantly. It's okay. My parents are coming home late anyway, so take your time. Suddenly, he paused for a moment. Jun Huan hesitated and said, I know this isn't the right time to say this, but Jun Huan suddenly looked up at the sky, cutting him off. Until recently, I was just a pathetic loser. So getting bullied by thugs every day was just like a normal life for me. If the old Jun Huan, no, if my younger brother hadn't helped me back then, I'd still be living that same pathetic life. He confessed, that's why I understand how miserable you feel, because I was always the one who wanted to run away out of fear. Jun Huan gave a friendly smile. So whenever you need help, just tell me. Thanks to you, Jun Huan, I've overcome my fear. He added, so next time let me help you, okay? And one day, when you overcome your trauma, I really hope you'll become a champion. At that moment, the smiling face of Choi Tae suddenly appeared in Jun Huan's mind. He lowered his head slightly, his heart softening, and replied, Thank you. Just then, a car in the distance started up. Its speed suddenly increased. The blinding glare from the headlights made them squint and raise their hands to shield their eyes. In the car were two people holding baseball bats rushing towards them. Jun Huan quickly sensed the danger. He immediately shoved Jun Huan hard. Get out of the way, watch out! The car swerved towards Jun Huan, hitting him. Jun Huan scrambled to his feet, startled. What the hell? When he saw Jun Huan lying unconscious in the middle of the road, he cried out in panic. Jun Huan! Sung-woo took off his helmet, annoyed. Just as I thought. Jang Ho never does anything according to plan. Why does that bastard always have to get in my way? Another group was also approaching. Finally, one of them sighed. Took me forever to find you guys. Hiding out in broad daylight, you're pretty good at it, huh? Jawan said, lifting his visor. Come on out, you little rats. Hey, they look exactly alike. Lying on the ground, Duguan managed to groan, Bro, run! The man reached out toward the two of them. So if we take this kid back, the other one is guaranteed to show up right. But before he could even touch him, Jun Huan lunged forward and grabbed the man's wrist. So that Jang Ho kid's brain isn't completely useless after all. Ji Wan froze his eyes, narrowing in momentary surprise, but that look was instantly replaced by a rage so intense it twisted his entire face.